guys, Nepenthes here, and welcome to The Society, the series where we take 10 YouTubers in FIFA Ultimate Team and put them against each other in a league format to see who is the best of the 10. Today, my guest commentator is Bateson87.
Hi guys.
And we're going to get into commentating these games very shortly, guys, but before we do, I'm going to explain to you a little bit how the format is going to work. We're going to commentate on one game of the day, which will be fully live, and today is going to be Zweibek against Fangbanger. And the other 4 games of the day, of course there's going to be 9 match days because there will be 9 games, so the other 4 games of the day will be commentated live but cut down into highlights only, so kind of like the football show or the match of the day shows. Hopefully that's kind of the effect I'm going for. But before we get into the games, guys, I'm going to talk to Bateson a little bit about how excited he is for this tournament. So Bateson, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Not being involved as well, it's going to be a different point of view for myself, looking at the way other people play, and I'll probably end up getting annoyed with the way people play as well, but that's just me being pedantic. But it's going to be enjoyable. There's a lot of decent players in it, and also not so decent, so it'll be nice to see who comes out on top at the end of it.
It will do. Are there any true players?
Finch. He's the only one I know as a true player, and he'll do anything to win, won't he?
He will do anything to win. I played him a few times recently and I just can't get the beating of him. But for me as well, to be a commentator in this is going to be a good thing rather than actually playing and getting mad at the game. I just get to get mad at the people that are playing the game. So it's going to be nice to have the shoe on the other foot. The game of the day today, we've got Zweibek against Fangs. Who do you think is going to take that one?
I think Zweibek will take it, but it'd be nice to see Jesse get a win.
It would be good to see Jesse get a win. And in terms of the whole tournament itself, who do you think is going to win the tournament?
Only knowing Finch personally, I think I'm going to go with Finch, but there's a lot of dark horses in there, especially with the likes of Lasty. I don't know how good he is, and a few other people. There's also Biscuit Face Gaming, he's a solid player.
Yeah, he is a good player.
And there's also Beach as well.
So I'm going to go with Finch also. I want you guys to put in the comment section below who you think is going to win the league. I think Finch. I think Bateson there thinks Finch, but we'll see after match day 1, and we'll readdress this throughout the games. As to who, you know, we could change our opinions. Maybe Fangbanger's going to go on some crazy run and pick up a few wins.
She could win 6-0 in this next game.
Yeah, she could. how annoyed would Zweibek be? So that is the idea of the series, guys. Hopefully this is going to be a lot of fun. We're literally trying to have a bit of fun with it. However, if there's anything you can suggest to us to make this show better, more interesting, more entertaining, then let us know in the comment section below. And if you talk about the show on Twitter or on YouTube now, use hashtag TheSociety to talk about it. But for now, we are going to get into the first game. So we are here at the first game, FC Zweibek versus Get Fang Banged. Of course, Ryan against Jesse, Zweibs against Fangs, and we're going to take a look at the team lineups just before we get into this game. I want to get your thoughts, your deep thoughts on the game, Bateson. Who you think is going to win and how you think it's going to go tactically. If playing both players yourself, who do you think is the better player, but who do you think might steal the win here?
The better player is Ryan, obviously. He plays a lot of possession play and plays with German players because he's into his strong players. But Jesse is quite good at defending, and she lines up for the counter-attack quite well, so it'd be nice to see the formations and players she's got to counteract that. And the same with Ryan, really, what he's got to counteract Jesse's counter-attack. But I think Zweibek should walk away with a win here.
I mean, it is on the cards for Zweibs to get a win, but the amount of times I've played Jesse, I mean, I played Zweibs a few times, and it's always been a good game. The amount of times I've played Fangs, she's annoying to play against. She's really solid defensively, not so great offensively, but you only need that 1 or 2 times to actually get that perfect counter-attack and steal the goal to maybe get the win.
Yeah, especially on this game as well. It's noticeable. With playing myself, you'll know it as well, won't you? How that one attack always turns into a goal for the opposition, so it's going to be an open game.
Yeah, that's for sure, and I think the viewers at home could agree as well. So here we have the starting 11 for Zweibek and the substitutes on the screen right now, guys. He looks like he's going with a Bundesliga team. He's playing a 3-5-2 there. He's got Aubameyang, Lewandowski, Mkhitaryan along the front 3, and taking a brief look at Fangbanger's team as well. She's gone for a Serie A team, quite a strong bench there as well, with Tevez and Di Natale, also the likes of Sergio Ramos on the bench. She's going for a 4-1-2-1-2 by the looks of things, or maybe that's a 4-3-3 wide formation. After seeing that, Bateson, how do you think this might impact the game?
Counter-attack for sure. That's how Jesse's going to play. It depends whether Ibarbo's going to be strong enough playing at centre forward as well, because it's a false 9 basically, isn't it?
It is, yeah, and he is fast, but he's also weak. And we've got the first attack of the game here. Aubameyang playing it through, but Shaqiri doing some good defence there. Sorry, that is a good clearance. Lewandowski picking up the ball there. We have Fangbanger in the yellow kit there, the yellow kit with the black shorts, and we've got Ryan in the white kit with the black shorts. Maybe they could have picked some different colour kits. I think someone like Jakes would have a bit of an issue here watching this game.
Oh, he definitely would.
And I think for me, the formations, the 3-5-2 is a really, really solid formation. It also works well to defend those chip through balls because of the CDMs. But the 4-3-3 has got a lot of width and a lot of... it will bully the midfield of a 3-5-2, in my opinion.
Yeah, especially like with over-the-top through balls to the wingers on either side. She'll catch Ryan out hook, well, maybe because the fact he doesn't have a left back and a right back, and with the 3 centre defenders, they sit there waiting and they can get caught, especially with how the game's played and that stutter with the over the top through ball.
Yeah,
she might abuse it, and there's one there.
There is one straight away, and Fangs is in. She tries a fake shot to cut inside, but the defence is far too strong, and Ryan can break away here. He had the opportunity to put the striker through there, but Fangbanger makes a nice tackle. The player was free on the left for a chip through ball, but she didn't use it too much, and it's one thing that she doesn't have in her game that she admits herself that she doesn't really use too much is the chip through ball.
Yeah, well, she only just learnt it recently. I remember about a month or 2 ago I taught her, and there's a chance.
That's a good defensive tackle, that is.
Yeah. Yeah, when she learned it, I was very surprised. And
oh, that's a shot. What a goal there. Ryan with a stunning strike from Gundogan in the 12th minute, out of absolutely nowhere as well. Defensive error from Fangs. Passes it straight out to the centre attacking midfielder. Look at that. She just dilly-dallies on the ball, loses it to Ryan, and that is 1-0. The first goal is there, 12 minutes in. Congratulations to Zwebeck.
She'll be really annoyed with that as well. And
here we go with...
If she sticks in that frame of mind, she'll go on and get thumped. But hopefully she sorts her head out and gets on and gets an equaliser quick. If not, it could be night over.
Could be there straight away. Barbo with the header, and another header there, almost taken. Ryan with a bit of a defensive mix-up there, able to get the ball away, fortunately, and Aubameyang can break away. One of the biggest problems I find with FIFA, that maybe you find yourself, is that I am the root of my own downfall quite often. Like the goal that Fangs conceded, it was her own fault. If she had just punted the ball clear instead of trying to walk it out, the goal wouldn't have been conceded. What kind of advice would you give to someone that would constantly make those mistakes?
For someone who isn't confident in passing out, you should definitely not do it, because even though I pass out quite a lot on my defending style, I'm used to doing it, so I'll know the options and the routes to take. But if I'm really unsure, just lever it up, and she's got the players to pick the ball up on the other end as well.
That's exactly right.
And it'll save her a goal.
Overall, this game has actually been more attacking from Fangs than I thought so far. She's had her fair share of the possession. Ryan's not really having too much of the ball, but he has, of course, got the goal, and he's got a good opportunity to go forward here. Shaqiri down the right-hand side has got a lot of space. He goes for a ball roll inside, can cross that to the far post, but tries to be greedy with the solo run, cutting inside, and it's defended well. But once again, the pass out from Fangbanger cost her. Schweinsteiger is unable to make anything of that, and Fangbanger can come away with the ball again down the left-hand side here with Boateng. He plays a nice ball through. Ibarbo, though, is offside.
He's a very dangerous player, is Ibarbo, on the floor and in the air as well. So if she starts getting further down the wings to whip them in, then you could see some decent shots on goal. But Ryan's a very patient player as well. Even though he passes out the back, he passes around, and he doesn't always run. As you see there, he could have ran straight forward for a little bit, but decided to patiently go in.
He's got that little ball roll he's done a few times, and Fangbanger again has given the ball away from her defence, and this is could be an issue of her play throughout this season. And he's got a great chance here with Mkhitaryan, but again he tries just a little bit too much. Instead of having the shot there that he could have had at the top of the box, it may be forcing a save and getting a corner. He decides against it and tries to go for the solo ball run, and maybe he's just a little too cocky right now, a little too overconfident. Yeah,
well, I don't think it's being cocky. I think it's just his inexperience in the because he don't play it a lot, doesn't Ryan, does he, compared to the likes of some people in this tournament?
Yeah, that's true.
I would say that he plays less than Jesse, I suppose, but
he's having a good attack here again. He's going to have a free kick here. The referee's a little bit strange in this game, to say the least, and it'll be interesting to see how Oh wow, that's a big error there, and not only is it a big error from Zweeds, but also an error from Fangs. They're just a complete cock-upper play there. Fangbanger passing it straight out of play, but the referees make some dubious decisions, and it'll be interesting to see if somebody does get a win or a penalty, or something crazy from a dumb refereeing decision, and how well that will go down with the viewers. And just whilst we're talking about you guys as the viewers, who do you want to win this game specifically? Let me know in the comment section. And who's the team that you're kind of backing for this tournament? Who's your favourite YouTuber in the tournament? Whose style of play do you prefer the most? And let us know below. But we've got Ryan here. It seems to be Ryan the person with the counter-attacks, and he plays a great ball through there to Aubameyang, but he gets strength off the ball from Chiellini, and Buffon finally Fangs sees the error of her ways and just punts the ball out with Buffon. And those wide players, just as we said at the top of the video baits, are going to be important, and Fangbanger's got a breakthrough now with El Shaarawy, but the keeper picks it up well, and the first time she goes long and wide, she ends up with a chance on, almost a chance on goal, but the counter-attack again from Ryan is here. He's unable to do anything with it. The early game for me has been more about Fangbanger's mistakes than Ryan's ability. She's made a few too many mistakes in the middle of the field, giving the ball away. If she just composes herself, maybe keeps the possession a little bit better, she'll be able to create many more chances.
Like she was doing just there when that player, she was thinking about what she was doing. Like basically this game is, both of them are doing the same, running up, but Ryan's getting the better of it when he puts up, and he could score here. Brilliant save.
That was a great save.
Could have been 2-0 and game over.
That would have been game.
She just needs to get Ibaba and El Shaarawy linking up well and making them runs, and maybe calm down with a high through ball as well.
Especially with defenders like Dante as well. You're not like, whilst the chip through balls are strong in FIFA, I don't think, oh my god, a bicycle kick there from who was that? Constant, I think that was, with the bicycle kick. The keeper saves it well, but yeah, although the chip through balls are strong, when you're playing against tall defenders, it's really difficult. You have to get them like pinpoint perfect to actually get them through the defence. Here we go though, guys. We're approaching the half-time whistle. Zweebek is 1-0 up against Fangbanger right now. Zweeb seems to be fairly in control of the game. He has had a couple of chances where he could have gone through and maybe picked up a second goal, but his kind of just, I guess, arrogance on the ball with his ball rolls and skills instead of just shooting. But we're going to have a chance here in the half-time. He's going to have a chance to cross the ball. He's getting fouled like a motherfucker there. The header comes in and he hits the post, and unfortunate for him, but fortunate for Fangbanger that dropped to her defender off the post there. And that is the half-time whistle. So a very entertaining first half. I think Zweebek deserves to have the lead, but Fangbanger is still always dangerous. Those wide balls and those chip-through balls can see her back into the match, no problem at all.
Yeah, definitely, and it was a great goal by Gundogan as well. Like defensive errors, but it was a nice smash into the top corner from outside the area.
It was a very nice error, very nice goal. But I think if Fangs is watching this back, she would have already played a few of her extra games after this. And there you see the match stats. Fangs has actually had the better of the possession by just the 1%. Their passing is even. They both had 100% shot accuracy as well. 3 shots on target for Ryan and 2 shots on target for Fangbanger. So the fact it's only 1-0, not really too much of a problem. But like I say, with the defence that Ryan has, he has got fast defenders and big defenders. In Dante as a tall guy. You got Santana there and Boateng, both very pacey, very strong defenders. It's unlikely that Fangs is going to win from an over-the-top chip-through ball. She needs to go into the second half, play down those wings, maybe bring on a big striker. I forget who she had on the bench.
She had Balotelli sat on the bench, and he would be a perfect target man.
He would be a great target man. Get down those wings, start throwing the crosses in, and maybe get herself back into the game. But the second half is underway, guys. Hopefully we can see some more goals in this second half. Aubameyang here on the ball for Ryan. He plays it through to Shaqiri, but it's defended well. And Fangs is trying to pass it out again, and she loses the ball. And Shaqiri's going to have a chance to cross here. Ryan with his ball rolls again, a little bit too cocky with that, and Fangs can break away herself here. She's got options on the left here, El Shaarawy, but a very poor pass, and it goes out of play. And if, like I said, was saying on the stroke of half time, if Fangs watches this back, she can hopefully see the error of her ways and fix the passing the ball out of defence, because it's not something that's working for her. She obviously doesn't understand the formation well enough as to where the players are going to be to find the space, and I think she'll save herself a lot of trouble if she does that.
Nice defending there. Defensively, she's fun to watch. She's very solid and doesn't commit, like with the slide tackle. Yeah. But the only thing about her defence is that passing out the back. But a lot of FIFA players do it. They don't realise they do it, but it's
definitely one of the biggest things biggest faults in my game is that I try and pass it out the defence instead of just punting it clear. But in FIFA, because of the way the kind of clearances and chip through balls work, sometimes you can just clear it and be through on goal as well. So it's best just to get rid of it. But we've got Ryan here coming down the right-hand side again with Shaqiri. He's really abusing those ball rolls. He gets the cross in, it gets deflected out for a corner. The corner gets whipped in. The header is there, but Fangs clears it off the line. Very nice, and it falls to Mkhitaryan on top of the box. And Fangs can clear with Hernandez, but unfortunately can't do so, and the ball comes in, but the goalkeeper saves there, no problem at all. And the ball gets thrown out here to Ibarbo, but again, she loses the possession in the centre of the midfield, and this is going to be a big issue if she can't fix these passing errors. And here is Fangs here with a break herself. She plays it through, and Searchy is through on goal. She's got all the time in the world. Can she tie this game up? She can indeed. And the counter-attack, just as we said before, the half-time whistle, she's still dangerous on the counter-attack, and that was kind of lucky that she got the ball back after giving it away several times in the middle of the park there. But a great through ball there, and the defence is completely split. Searchy with a beautiful finish. It's unlike Fangs to be that calm in front of goal, but she was, and she pulled the game back.
Yeah, it's nice to see. It opens the game up fully now, because both of them need the win, especially on the first day. You need to assert your dominance to the rest of the participants in the league as well. But I think Ryan's going to be patient and maybe break through one more time, but if he's overconfident, then Jessie's going to pummel. Here she goes again.
She's got a chance here. Abate unable to control the ball. Dante picks it up, and Gundogan now has a chance to get out himself. Ryan plays the ball through the midfield. Aubameyang here has got the chance with the 1-2 with Lewandowski. He's turned back inside. Mkhitaryan there plays it back through to Aubameyang. That is a beautiful passing move, but Aubameyang inches offside there. And the pace of Aubameyang, he's my favourite player in the game. The pace of him is frightening.
Yeah, the strike force Ryan has with Lewandowski and Aubameyang is absolutely ridiculous. It reminds me of the S-Wine and Rice of last year.
Yeah, it is.
But
strong.
Lewandowski's got a beast shot, and if you use Aubameyang as his provider, you'll have a fun time in front of goal.
What I found with Aubameyang as well is his heading is also insane. I scored a lot of goals from him from crosses and corners, and it's something you don't really expect from a pacey striker. We've got Ryan here down the right hand side with Shaqiri. He cuts inside. Fangbanger defends really well, but again gives the ball away in her own defensive third. Aubameyang plays it through to Shaqiri. He takes a shot and it goes in, and that is the second goal Fangbanger has conceded from a defensive error, essentially.
Yeah, it's Jessie's own downfall. If she had, well, obviously she's going to watch this back and change the way she passes out of defence, that's for sure, because 2 goals conceded and both of them down to her own doing. But Ryan's doing really well at finishing as well.
He is finishing really well, and that's a nice little pass through to Shaqiri as well there along the floor, splits the defence open. 2-1 to Zweibek here in the 66th minute, and there's all to play for. Zweibs will be looking to go forwards and perhaps get a 3rd goal to secure this win, secure the 3 points. But just like we said, you know, it only takes one ball in this game, and Fangbanger could be through on goal and potentially bring this game back to 2-2. And here she is on the ball in midfield. Guarin has the ball. He's got options on the right hand side, and he plays a fantastic ball there out to Searchy, and that's what she needs to abuse against the 3-5-2. But Felipe Santana there defends very solidly. Ryan's got options up the field. He's got the out ball that I like to call it, by just chipping the ball up to the striker, but he decides to play it along the floor, and he plays a nice ball through there to Shaqiri, but Constant has got the pace to take that away from him. Fangs plays it back to the goalkeeper, and I worry for her when she's got the ball in these positions. I genuinely do.
Yeah, I do. Well, like, I've been in them positions where the ball just easily goes from your grasp, and then you're another goal down and away from the draw or victory. But Ryan definitely needs to get that 3rd goal. Without that 3rd, he's leaving Jessie open like this to come back and pull 2 points away from Ryan's grasp.
She's got the chance, and that is a beautiful goal.
She's done it again. That's nice.
That is a very nice goal, and once again the goal comes from the wing, because he's got no fullbacks, and if she just realised sooner, because it only seems one time in the first half she sent it out to the wing. That's the first time this half that she sent it out to the wing. She ends up getting a goal from it this time, and it's 2-2. And Ryan again, he had a few times there after he scored the 2nd goal where he goes down in the middle of the field and he tried a few ball rolls and a few skill moves where I think, you know, a simple pass would have probably been the better option, and it's cost him for the 2nd time.
Yeah, and he'll be kicking himself over this as well. Luckily there's no players on the line like these.
Yeah, no wager matches here. But Gundogan has the ball here on the top of the box. He plays it through to Schweinsteiger, who loses the ball. Fangs again tries to pass it out of defence and gives it straight back to Zweibek there. Lewandowski has the ball to Schweinsteiger, who's got a beast shot on him. He does take the shot, but with his weak left foot, and Fangbanger can have a bit of respite here. She throws it out to the wing. El Shaarawy there on the left-hand side, but he loses the ball. And Ryan steps back inside. Mkhitaryan here, who hasn't really been in the game much today. We haven't really seen him much. Plays it through to Lewandowski. He's got the through ball there for Royce, but the ball was intercepted very well, cleared straight out to Felipe Santana, and it's been given away to Searchy on the right hand side here. Freddie Guarin has got the pace to beat Gundogan there, but tries to turn back inside. The ball goes out for a throw-in with Fangbanger, and with less than 10 minutes left now, this game could go either way. Do you reckon anyone's going to nick it, Bates?
I don't think they will. They still feel like they're feeling each other out. As regards to the way they play. They're not Ryan's not confident in the way to attack Jessie, because I just think he's underestimated her for sure.
That is for sure, and that was a nice cross there from Fangbanger, but it could result in a breakaway here from Zweibek. But Fang's really strong defensively, and although she has conceded 2 goals here, it is a testament to her defense that both goals have only come from her own bad doing. Like, Ryan hasn't really broken her down too well, and Ibarbo there with a header gets cleared off the line. It might have been going wide anyway, and she's given the ball away again to Lewandowski. And if she just eradicates his mistakes from her game, it's going to be almost impossible to score against her.
Definitely. Well, I've struggled many a times to score against Jessie, but after seeing that she passes out a lot, I'm going to put pressure on her defence next time I play her.
That's for sure. High attacking pressure and get those balls, no problem. So the game's coming to a close now, guys. Hopefully we can have a winner here. It'd be nice to have the game of the day having a winner, and of course the first game of the Society. And if you do talk about the Society, guys, be sure to talk about it on Twitter and YouTube with hashtag the Society. And Fangbanger here could have a chance to nick it in the 90th minute. Ibarbo with the shot. She had a bit more time there than I think she thought. She could have taken a touch inside there and maybe had a shot at that near post before hitting it first time, but the keeper saves very well. And corners in the 90th minute are always dangerous, not only just for your attack but also for your defence, because if they can break and score, you could be in lots of trouble. The ball there goes over the bar, and that should be Ryan able to see this game out. Now this is going to be the one of the last plays of the game. The goal kick's also dangerous. Goal kicks are something that I don't really like in FIFA, because you can take a goal kick, Bateson, your midfield loses the ball gets headed back, and all of a sudden your opponent's through on goal.
With goal kicks, I've actually changed the way I do them this year, because I find it very difficult to out-jump the defenders. But I pass the ball out to either my right back or the left back, and it seems to work wonders, because you can start the attack from the defence, which eradicates you losing the ball as soon as you kick it up.
It does indeed. And here's Dante with the free kick from Ryan. I think Fangbanger was offside there. Ryan's got a chance down the right hand side here. He's got Shaqiri down the right hand side. He's not got too much stamina left. I don't know if he's going to be able to beat Constant for pace. He can't. He does get the ball back though, crosses it in, and that was a very poor cross. That could have been the game changer there. But Fangbanger again loses the ball in a defensive third. She loses her discipline a bit as well, sliding out of nowhere.
First slide tackle,
and the ball comes back to Mkhitaryan, and that is going to be the final whistle, guys. So a 2-2 draw in the first game. Ryan and Fangbanger. I think Fangs will be really happy that she didn't get a loss in the first game. She managed to pick up a point against a strong Zweibek with arguably the better team as well.
Yeah, definitely. Ryan will be kicking himself at the 2 points lost, but both of them have made errors, and Jessie's counter-attack style, which we did say at the start of the game, has gone and well, upset him.
It has upset him, and she had a few chances in the last 10 minutes there. She could have taken the game. I think she felt way more comfortable at the end. Let's take a look at the match stats. Ryan with 54% possession, 7 shots and 7 on target. Fangbanger with 7 and 5 on target. Pass accuracy a little bit in Ryan's favour. He probably just about had the better of the game, but I think a draw is a fair result.
Yeah, definitely. It's a nice first game to the Society, that's for sure.
That is for sure. So, guys, we're going to take a short break here. You're going to see us in no time at all for you guys, but for us, we're going to take a short break. We'll be back to have a bit of a discussion on the next games and get to the highlight show for the final 4 games. So, Bateson, we've got a 3-4-1-2 for Lasty and a 4-3-3 for Curtis. I personally don't know much about how these guys play. I don't know if you've ever played either of them. How do you think this game might go?
I've played Curtis before. He's very strong, but looking at his team lineup, especially with it looking overly strong in the defensive area, it's just the attacking. It looks very weak, in my opinion. With the
it does look very weak. But Varela was one of those players last year that was actually a god on Ultimate Team and just very underrated and underused.
Yeah, hopefully, well, if Curtis gets a few goals with him, you never know, he might be one of them overused players again this year.
He may well be. And just to let you guys know as well, Lasty is in the black and red kit and Curtis Morton is in the Arsenal away kit. He is an Arsenal fan. We're going to get this game underway and hope there'll be a lot of goals. As many goals as the first game would be very nice. And to start things off, Aubameyang here has got a through ball through to Royce. Royce is through on goal here. He's got the opportunity to cross it or shoot. He cuts inside. Should have had a shot. The slide tackle there came in and the chance disappears.
Yeah, that looked very amateurish by Lasty, like he hadn't played that much, because you would smack that from that angle and just hope for a parry out to the striker, wouldn't you?
I would probably would have actually crossed it myself, done a left foot cross. The striker, I think Aubameyang, had the run on the defence, and the chip through ball comes through here again, and Aubameyang is going to pick that up, no problem at all. He defends it really well with Mariano, but Aubameyang's strength and pace picks the ball back up. He crosses it. It goes out for a corner, I do believe, and in comes a corner. Corners are really strong on FIFA as well. Robben with the corner. Hummels is there with a header. He's hit the crossbar. Boateng follows up and scores the goal. And after just 11 minutes there, we got a first goal after 12 minutes in the first game, the first goal after 11 minutes in the second game, and lastly takes a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, it was set piece as well. Set piece are very dangerous. I bet we'll see a lot of goals on, on the 360 done that way.
Yep, we will indeed. And Aubameyang is through here on goal again, and he crosses the ball in. Gundogan is there with the header, and it's 2-0 after 13 minutes.
That's ridiculous.
Gundogan with the header, and Lasty is having a field day right now.
Yeah, he just needs to continue playing like that, because Curtis is pulling all his defence over to the person with the ball and leaving massive gaps in the middle. And if he continues to do that, this could be a 7-0 thumping.
This could be an absolute thumping, and just like I said, like the aerial ability of Lewandowski, Gundogan and Aubameyang are just insane. I think that's probably the most frightening trio that you could have up front.
Yeah, especially with the way the game operates this year. They're a very dangerous strike force. That's what I see Curtis with his. See how he operates with his strike force.
It would be good. He's actually going to have a chance here with Lucas. He plays it through. Gareth Bale there, who he's playing at centre midfield, can't quite get the ball. Aubameyang here is able to break away, and this is some really good play from Lasty. He's passing the ball very well. He chips the ball through there to Lewandowski. He's through again. Lewandowski is unable to connect with the ball, but this is going to be embarrassing if Curtis Morton doesn't step his game up.
Yeah, he needs to get sorted ASAP, otherwise, because Lasty with these 1-2s, he's going straight through the middle, and no one likes someone going through the middle of him. Could have been a penalty. He is
indeed. That could have been a penalty. A good opportunity there, and Curtis Morton doesn't know what to do right now, and this is some fabulous play from Lasty. And there's a shot from Robben, and the goalkeeper saves it, and it's going to be another corner here. And this is some great football. For those of you that are watching that wonder how do people do it, the ping pong passing is what Lasty has gone for this time, and the LBY is kind of like the final ball, but he's got another corner here. Robben is going to cross it in. 20 minutes in, can he make it 3-0? Lewandowski is at the far post, he heads it, it's saved, and Gundogan with the header again, and it's 3-0. Another set piece, another goal, and Curtis Morton is taking a beating right now.
Curtis needs to go and get a sponge and bucket and start wiping his forehead, because for him to get any points out of this game, he's going to have to go sweaty and start sorting his defence out.
He is going to have to go sway. The first thing to note is here that Curtis can't deal with the over-the-top chip through balls and a 1-2 passing. Me personally, in this scenario, I'd go ultra defensive, even at 3-0 down, set counter attack on, and just try and play the game out. And we got another chance here. Lewandowski, oh my God, what a strike! 22 minutes in, Lewandowski with a goal from the heavens. He takes it down on his chest, smashes it into that near post. It goes in off the post, and the keeper's left with no chance. And Curtis Morton finds himself 4 goals down after just 22 minutes.
I would not have expected this. I'm sat here with a massive gasp on my face. I've seen Lasty play, I think it was play Finch last year, and Finch beat him 6 or 7-0. So I thought that Lasty may be a very weak player, but played Curtis. Curtis was quite strong on the counter, but he's not even getting the chance. This is the best attack I've seen on FIFA 14 currently.
It is indeed. We did have a chance there for Curtis. Lucas with a little bit of space for a shot. He decides against it. Curtis loses out. I think Curtis looks like he's given up there, but he's just playing dead possum there. He has a shot from range just to try and pad his stats a little bit and get on the board perhaps. Varela here down the left-hand side whips it in. Great clearance there from, I think, was that, I can't even remember the defender's name, but Fabio Contrao there does some work as well. Gareth Bale here picks the ball up, and the ball comes out again. Gundogan here. Aubameyang on the right hand side. Aubameyang in a lot of space. He's got Lewandowski, who's got the run on the defenders across to that far post. Could be in trouble here for Curtis Morton. It could end up being 5. It cuts into Luis Gustavo. He tries to step inside. Very nice indeed, but Schweinsteiger picks the ball up and plays it out to Martinez. Martinez has got a bit of space at last for Curtis Morton. He's finally got a chance to break, and he goes down that right hand side. Felipe Santana has got good strength and pace, but gets outpaced and outstrength from Martinez, who sends it inside to Matuidi, who tries the first time ball, loses out, and now once again Lasty can break.
Yeah, if you look at the way Curtis attacked, then look at how many players he's got forward. Him knowing how Lasty's playing now with the 1-2s and over the tops, he needs to start leaving players in the original positions. Otherwise, he's got no chance.
He has got no chance, and we could get another break on here. And look at this play from Lasty. I could swear down that he's got Dirty Mike or Aman Siddiqui playing for him here, because this is some phenomenal play. No disrespect to Lasty, I've never seen him play, but this is just brilliant. Like, this is a lot of fun to watch, and he's playing like he is a true player. He's solidified himself as a true player already in this series.
Definitely, I think that he could be a lot of fans' favourites after watching this performance.
Indeed he could. He has got a strong team, like I say, and I think after the first two games, after you saw the way Zweebs scored some nice goals, especially with Gundogan, and the way that Lasty scored some great goals here, I think you could see a lot of these players coming up against randoms in Ultimate Team Online now, because the strike force, the trio of Lewandowski, Aubameyang here who's through again, and either Gundogan or Mkhitaryan, whoever you decide to put in that cam spot, is so deadly, and they're relatively cheap as well. Lewandowski maybe a little bit more than you'd like to pay, but Aubameyang going for 4,000 to 5,000 coins, like, why would you not buy him?
Oh, definitely 80 rated, but he definitely does not play like that. You picked him up at the start of Ultimate Team this year and recommended him to everyone, and after I used him a couple of weeks afterwards, I would stick by your decision to get him as well.
That's right. Is there any way back for Curtis Morton in this game? And if there is, what does he have to do to get back into it?
Score some goals and stop messing around, but a nice through ball there.
He has got a chance. That's a great save.
I generally can't see a way back in this from Curtis now. Last is just so composed on the attacking with a fast ping pong, and he knows what he's doing as well. He knows everyone's routes.
He does indeed. I think for Curtis, the best thing here is just to keep the scoreline down, play ultra defensive, keep the possession a bit, just pass it. Even, you know, I don't condone this normally, but pass it around your defence, get a bit of the ball, make Lasty a bit frustrated, maybe dive in and open some space up, and maybe get a goal or two back, just to not feel like you're getting absolutely dicked, because nobody likes to get smashed, you know, in FIFA, and it's always difficult when you're 4-0 down and you know the game's kind of out of your reach to be able to do anything with that. But I think the best thing for Curtis to do is literally just to play a composed game and just try and keep this scoreline down.
Yeah, otherwise if he just keeps giving the ball away like he's been doing for the past half, he'll be conceding another 4 in the next. But
that is a stunning ball through though. Lucas there with the chip over as well, defended really well, and another shot there from Lucas, the header going straight into the keeper's arms, and that was a dominating half. Not even dominating half. The first 25 minutes from Lasty, in which he scored all 4 of his goals, were incredible. The game did kind of die out a little bit after that. I think Curtis kind of changed his style of play and started playing a few more balls through himself. He had the odd chance here or there, but in general, a very, very strong half from Lasty.
Yeah, and if he just continue, well, Lasty just has to see the game out now. He wants to take the first 3 points of this league.
That was a fantastic strike from Lewandowski there as well. And you see there, Curtis has been out-possessed, but only by 6%. I found that quite remarkable. I thought Lasty would have had around 60% possession there, but Lasty's had 7 shots and 6 on target, scoring 4 goals. And Curtis Morton there with 4 shots and 4 on target, getting no goals. I think a couple of those shots were from very long range, just out of frustration, and a couple of them very weak headers that the keeper saved without a problem at all. The pass accuracy as well was very even, and again I find that quite remarkable that Lasty's passing isn't a bit higher, because the ping-pong passing he's been doing has been very effective and very concise.
Yeah, the reason the percentage is a bit lower than it is because his final ball of the over the top, it's like a 50-50 ball, and either the defender's going to get it or your attacker is, so it's a bit of a hit and hope sometimes. And it's working, but keep doing it.
Yeah, it is indeed working. And here we go with the second half. Curtis Morton trying to skill move off kick-off there with Lucas, and he's going to go through on goal with this. There's a good defensive tackle. And if you were Lasty right now, would you try and go for more goals and try and go for a bit more glory, or would you maybe play a defensive stance and see if you can see the game out and just guarantee yourself the 3 points without any embarrassment?
I think now I would still go for more goals. If it hit the 70th minute mark and I'm still down by a lot, then maybe that I would stop and see the game out. But I can't see Curtis scoring any goals unless he starts getting his wingers involved. But he seems to be going through the middle quite a lot.
He does go through the middle a lot. And when we was talking about Fangbanger against Zweebek, and he's got a chance here, that is a great save there, fantastic save. When we was talking about Fangbanger and a lack of composure in front of goal, I feel the same with Curtis Morton. When he has the ball in the final third, he just doesn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, like that pass out from defence is very risky, going straight from your defence to your attack. You need to go via the midfield, otherwise you're going to get caught out a numerous amount of times. And especially with the way Lasty's team is set up, they're going to catch you really fast and maybe intercept it. You don't want Aubameyang picking it up, that's for sure.
That is for sure. He has got a strange formation, a 3-4-1-2, not really something you see much in FIFA, and especially on the YouTube scene, it's not much you see the YouTubers play with, but it's definitely been effective for him, and he's through here on goal again, but Lewandowski is unable to get that. What do you make of the 3-4-1-2?
I've not seen it either. I don't really like using free at the back or playing against people with free at the back. I can't use it myself, but people who I have played with it are very dangerous.
Speaking of danger, Robin here with the ball, plays it through to Aubameyang, unable to get the head, but it falls to Gundogan. That's a good tackle from Matuidi there on the top of his box. Could have really been dangerous if he didn't make that, but the ball is given away again, and Schweinsteiger tries a chip through ball, but it's blocked in the attacking third. Boateng here with the ball for Lasty. He plays it through to Santana, and it looks like Lasty's just trying to secure a bit of possession in this game, but the ball comes through here to Martinez. The gamer can try and score a goal, but the keeper makes a phenomenal save, and if that were me, I would have either gone for a first time shot or a chip shot. He decided to take a touch here, not the best time to take a touch. Almost got it underneath the body of the keeper though, but the keeper saves and he's got a corner of his own. Do you think he can make a goal back from this corner?
I can't see it, no.
Oh, there it is. So Bateson says he can't see it, but Javi Martinez is there for the goal, and that's the third goal coming in from a corner now. 4-1 the score after 60 minutes. Who knows what could happen? And this is exactly why I was saying maybe Lasty should play a bit more defensive and just try and see the game out. And funnily enough, that is what actually happened. He started to try and play the ball around his defensive midfield a bit to try and keep a bit of possession. He lost possession, conceded a corner, and in turn conceded a goal. Now, if Curtis can pick up a goal in the next 10 minutes, it could make for a very interesting final 20 minutes of the game.
Yeah, definitely. When you start conceding goals, 2 in quick succession, even though you are four goals to the good, it can send shivers down you, and it'll make you mess up a lot more. It's happened to me numerous amount of times.
I can even recall a game that I played just today where I was 4-0 up after no time at all. Oh, that is a beautiful finish. A stunning finish there from Arjen Robben, and that just dispels anything we were talking about. But I was 4-0 up, and after 80 minutes it was 4-0, and after 87 minutes it was 4-3, and you get nervous when you concede a couple of quick goals, but not Lasty. That is a stunning finish from Robin.
Yeah, and I feel that goal has sealed the game, definitely. He's still dangerous on the attack, and he's definitely saw the game out there. Still quite long to go though, but I can't see Curtis pulling back 4 goals in 27 minutes.
Although Lasty scored 4 goals in 22 minutes to get the first 4-goal lead, so it's not impossible. The game's not lost, but Curtis just hasn't created enough chances. He has got a chance here. He tries to play the ball short, and he loses out there to Aubameyang, and Aubameyang is going to have a chance to break through. He's got Gundogan running off of him. He's got a couple of men on the far-hand side. He takes a rainbow flick, tries to get it over the defender, but it doesn't do well. Matuidi here can break away with the ball. Matuidi has got a bit of space inside. He plays it out to Gareth Bale, who's got Varela here on the left-hand side. Varela can step inside. He goes for the cross. Instead, it falls back to Varela with the far post cross, and the ball gets blocked very nicely from the goalkeeper. I would have personally played that in the air instead of along the ground, and Gundogan here can take the ball away. Lasty can make this 6, but a poor pass inside, and is very easily defended, and Mariano can break here for Curtis Morton. Lucas plays it through to Quintero. Quintero down the right hand side is bullied off the ball by Hummels, and he will get the throw in.
Yeah, that's what happened when you start playing weak players in the game. This year, weak players, low-rated players are quite low-rated, aren't they? You've got to use the best of the best to have a solid team, and that's one of probably the downfall of Curtis, is he's got some weak players in there like that.
He has got some weak players, and that was a great chance there to make that 5-2, but unfortunately the ball goes over the bar. Again, he lost his composure a bit. He did have a man over that he could have squared the ball to for an easy tap in. He went for the shot, went for the fancy finish, and unfortunately it failed, and Lasty is able to just walk away with the ball here again, and Robin down the right hand side in a bit of space plays it through to Aubameyang, who tries a cheeky shot and gets lucky with the deflection. It goes out for a corner. Now, he's been potent from his corners so far. He's got 3 men in the box. Royce crosses it in. Aubameyang is there, and there is another goal. And I spoke about this in the Zweibek-Jesse game, how impressed I was with Aubameyang's headers from corners, and that goes to show it. He's in a great position every time. His pace gives him the run on defenders, and his heading ability, although not the best, is good enough to finish off the chances. Yeah,
he's a sneaky little devil. He'll jump in front of you. The whole team that Lasty's got is very dangerous on corners. They've got strength, they've got height, and if you've not got the right players to defend against them, they're going to outmuscle you and get goals. Is that the 3rd corner goal?
That's the 3rd that Lasty's scored, and of course Curtis scored his only goal from a corner. But what would you recommend to Curtis to be able to defend those? Because he's got a strong defence, he's got good defenders, but he's just unable to cope with the corners.
Lasty keeps putting him in the mix around the 6-yard as well, so maybe bringing the keeper out could save him a few embarrassing moments.
Indeed it could. Without those corner goals this would be a much closer game, but here we go, taking nothing away from Lasty anyway. He's created so many chances, and he's down the right hand side again here with Robben. He's got a chance to cross it, and that's exactly what he does, and there is a header and it goes just wide, and that could have been 7-1. A great cross from Robben there. He steps inside, a bit of a weird angle to take a cross from that. You don't really see people stepping in onto the strong foot for that. But there it goes, 6-1 still the score, 79 minutes in. And for the rest of the tournament, what do you think Curtis can do to try and change things? Do you think he needs a change of team, or if he just needs to change his formation, or just get better at the team that he's playing?
I think it maybe will be a change of team, because the defence he's got is very strong, but it's getting ripped to bits. Maybe Lasty's just been his unlucky player which he comes up against.
Yeah, maybe indeed, but Lewandowski there with a fantastic stop and turn, a shot off the strong foot. Maybe would have been better taking a weak foot shot there into that far corner. The keeper saves, and another corner comes in here, and there is another header, and he's hit the bar again. And the amount of chances Lasty is having from corners is absolutely unreal. And he's going to have a free kick here in the 83rd minute. He's got Royce over the ball. Looks like he's going to have a shot. There's no one in the box really for any rebounds. He does have a shot, and it goes flying over the bar. No problems at all.
Yeah, Lasty's just having fun now. He's going to see out the final 10 minutes, and so he should. 6-1's an incredible result against a fellow YouTuber.
It's a massive result. Now, I've actually played Curtis twice, and I beat him once and I lost to him once, and I thought he would have a better showing than this. I'm really impressed with Lasty's play, and he could potentially be my new favourite for the tournament, because he is playing some phenomenal attacking football.
Yeah, he is. I would like to play that type of player, but this is a style which Finch plays.
This is exactly how Finch plays.
So it'd be nice to see them two go head to head.
Indeed it would, and there is the offside call from the referee. I think Lasty just wants to see these final few minutes out. It probably can't end quick enough for Curtis Morton.
Yeah, I think he just wants to go to bed after this.
Yeah. Curtis would just love a final whistle from the ref now, perhaps. And again, it looks like he's put his controller down here, because he's not taking the free kick. We've got Thiago Silva stepping over it, and that's one of the surprises for me as to how he's conceded so many goals from corners, is because he has got like big defenders like Thiago Silva in the box, but he's just unable to stop them coming in. Luis Gustavo here has the ball, passes it to Royce. Royce tries to go through on himself, and Lasty just punts the ball up the field there, and the goalkeeper's going to come and collect that, no problem. Punts it out, but he's given it away, has he? Royce unable to get the ball. Lucas here down the right hand side. Now Curtis Morton has actually got a lot of pace down his wings, but he hasn't really abused it very well, and Lucas has barely been involved in the game. The keeper tips that one out for a corner. As a corner comes out, Bateson, how do you think both players have performed in this game?
Curtis, defensively, he hasn't done that bad really, but it's just been Lasty's attack has been next level. He definitely stung Curtis at the start. No one expected it, and he's just gone on and got a shock for, was it 4 goals within the space of short minutes?
4 goals in 22 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, and that will have just sent shivers around Curtis, and he will not have known what's hit him.
But since those 4 goals, though, it's been a bit of an even game, or at least a much more even game. And taking those 4 goals away, taking that first 22 minutes away, the scoreline would only be 2-1. So there's still a lot for Curtis to be proud of. If he can actually compose himself earlier on in the next few games, as a shot comes in there and is saved well, if he can compose himself from kickoff instead of from 4-0 down, he'd have a much better chance in the future games. But the corner comes in there, and the ref doesn't even let the corner get into the box and blows the final whistle. What a dumb place to blow it. And there is Lasty with a massive 6-1 win.
Did not see that coming, definitely not. I thought him, not knowing how Eva played this year, Lasty's gone absolutely on fire on the first day.
He has indeed. A few goals there from set pieces, of course. 3 goals from corners for Lasty. 1 goal from a corner from Curtis Morton with Javi Martinez. Hopefully we can take a look at the match stats very soon once these replays go along. But you see there the goal scorers from Lasty: Aubameyang, Robben, Lewandowski, Gundogan and Boateng. Now of course Boateng scored from the corner, but that attacking, I suppose that there's the 5 attacking players that he has. The left midfield wasn't really involved in the game too much, but Robben, Aubameyang, Gundogan and Lewandowski just absolutely dominating this game.
Yeah, a lot of people don't see Gundogan as an attacking style player, but he's up there when you need him the most, and he's got bagged last 2 goals as well, which is nice to see.
It is nice to see, and Gundogan's one of those players as well that you can play anywhere. Like, he's got the attacking abilities, he's got the defensive abilities. You can play him in CDM if you need him. You can play him at cam. You could probably even play him at striker if you really wanted to. As we take a look at a few of those goals coming back in, let's have a look at the match stats. Aubameyang there with a 9.7, Lewandowski rolling in with a 9.8, and Gundogan with a 9.5. Royce didn't really get involved in the game too much.
No, I didn't realise he had Royce. He definitely. Well, if you're winning on one side of the match, you don't really need to swap it up, do you? And it's just a shame that that type of player wasn't used that much.
That's very true. It doesn't look like we're going to get to see the match stats, guys, but I'll tell you the match stats. Last, he fucked him up. That's all you need to know. Let's get into the next game. So guys, we start the game. We've got Beach here against Finch. Finch is a very, very strong player playing in the white kit. Beach in the red and white Manchester United kit. And Beach has started off the play very well coming down the right-hand side. He's got Diouf, Yukonen and Drogba in his attacking trio. We don't really know much about the two teams because they actually skipped the start of the game. But there's a goal straight away from Beach with Robben on the right-hand side. We're seeing Robben or the Bundesliga players in many games. And that's a stunning start from Beach. And Finch won't be pleased about that.
No, Finch isn't used to being on the back foot straight away, especially after 3 minutes. It'd be weird to see how he takes the game from here.
He's the sort of player that plays how last he played in the last game. He plays very much ping-pong style football, over the top chip through balls, tries to almost abuse the mechanics in the game, but it's not working for him well right now as Diouf chips one through to Yukonen. Yukonen's got a little bit of space there. He plays it back but loses the ball, picks it back up again. Felipe Melo there in the centre of midfield. Robben on the right-hand side cuts inside, does very, very nice there. The finesse shot as well, the keeper saves it and it goes out for a corner, and Finch is under immense pressure early on.
Yeah, Beach is a wager player as well. He does that style of football, so he's in it to win it definitely, and he'll see it as money on the line.
Money on the line indeed. Now Finch has got not the team that I thought he would have had. I thought he would have had his legend killer team, but he's got Barbo up front there. He loves the pace, does Finch. He loves the chip through balls, but right now Beach is just pretty much dominating the game, dominating the possession. This is the first time Finch has even been out of his half since kickoff, and as soon as he is out of his half, Beach is coming straight back into play. He's got some space on the left hand side there. Not quite sure who his left midfielder is, but he keeps the ball very well. And I tell you something as well, the camera angle that Beach uses is one that I like to use because you can see a lot of the field. You can see where your players are, you can see how you want to pass the ball, you can see where everyone's making the runs or where the gaps are, and he's abusing that. Like right now he's got some space on the left hand side. He plays it into Felipe Melo, however, who cuts it back into Amrabat, loses the ball, but Finch is just unable to get out of his half at the moment.
Yeah, he can't handle this pressure at all. He needs to get a goal back fast, otherwise it's going to be downhill for the rest of the day for him.
And he has got a small chance there, but defended really, really well from Beach. And knowing how Finch plays, I think he is going to create a few chances, but Beach seems to be playing strong defensively, and Finch is just losing his composure all over the place. He gives the ball away again there, and Diouf strikes it, and the keeper saves, and we've got another chance from a corner. And it just goes to show, like, although I find Finch, for me, Finch is one of the strongest players in the league, but he's still making those defensive errors when put under pressure.
Yeah, it's one of the things where you're panicking a lot and you just want to get rid of the ball, so the nearest button to you when you're heading it is the A button, but unfortunately that A button can cost you a few goals in the process.
Indeed it can. He's got the ball here with Yukonen. It goes through to Robben. A nice scoop turn there. He gets tackled in the box. Maybe could have been a penalty, but it was a clean tackle with a bit of afters. But the ball's just coming straight back, and Finch can't even get out of his half right now. And here is Amrabat on the ball on the left-hand side. Finally gives it away. Finch has got a chance to break at long last. Ibarbo there plays it through to Balotelli. Back into Ibarbo, who's got Balotelli in the box by the time he's going to get down and have a chance to cross it. Finch crosses it the first time, and there is the far post header. Great defensive work. It falls to Freddy Guarin, but the ball is cleared, no problem at all. And out comes Beach with another counter attack. Robben here with the ball. He's got some space in the middle with Didier Drogba there, and a lot of space. He does chip it through to him. Drogba's got the strength, but the defender does very, very well in that situation. And this game is not going how I thought it would.
No, the way Beach's players are lined up, he's gone for strength and pace, so he may catch. Well, the way Finch attacks with the counter attack, Beach will do him exactly the same, but maybe a bit more.
And we've got Finch here with a chance. Balotelli with the strike, and he makes no mistakes there. Dominant strike from the top of the box with Balotelli in the 25th minute, and Finch will be very relieved to get himself back on terms. And Balotelli falling over there looks like he's a little bit drunk, which is how Finch looks the first 20 minutes of this game, the way he's playing. But a great strike, and I think the fact that there was a few players in front of the keeper there maybe lost his vision, reason why he didn't save the ball. And Beach will be a little bit hard done by him at the moment, maybe feeling a bit unjustified in the result at the stage.
Yeah, well, it's the same when anyone plays Finch. Even though you feel like you're dominating the game and you've had the more chances, Finch just pops up that one chance. He's a really good finisher. He's a lot like Jesse in the way she defends, but he's a lot better on the attack, and he'll make a few more goals.
He is very strong on the attack, and that's the problem with the way he plays and the way Lasty plays. Not necessarily a problem for them, but a problem for their opponent. Is it doesn't matter how much pressure you have, if you don't score a goal, he can counter you and score a goal in no time at all, and it's exactly what he's doing here again. He chips it through to Ibarbo there, but Maxwell looks like he's got the ability to defend that, and he defends it very well. Amrabat on the left-hand side here plays it through to Felipe Melo, who turns and gives it away into Pogba in the middle of the field, and Freddie Guarín here has got the ball on the top of the box. Finch tries a bit of a dreamland shot there. It was never going to do anything other than get blocked or get saved, but the ball comes straight back, and this game has completely turned its tide. And there is the shot from Balotelli. It goes just wide, and as soon as Finch got that first feeler shot in just before he scored the goal, that kind of changed the way this game has been played.
Yeah, Beach just needs to watch Finch cutting inside, because that's his dream move, isn't it? Cutting back inside and the 1-2 with a cam. As soon as he stops out, Beach will be sailing. But until that happens, Finch is going to get a lot more attacks than the ones we've seen so far.
He is indeed. And what I find strange about this game as well, there's a lot of space in the midfield. Like, you can distinctly tell the gaps between the midfield line and the defensive line, which you couldn't really see. Like, if I were to watch the last game, I couldn't tell you what formation Curtis Morton was playing because his players were all over the shop. But both Beach and Finch here, they're playing very, very rigid formations, keeping the players to their positions and just trying to feel each other out to try and get the opening. And Beach finally gets an attack of his own underway here, but it's stopped almost instantly. And the midfield battle here is very strong, very fun to watch, because they're both strong, it seems, in midfield. And I would worry if I were Beach, though, because Finch is so dangerous on the ball, and after the first positive sort of like 15 to 20 minutes, Beach can barely get a touch of the ball right now.
Yeah, Finch has finally turned it on now, and he's using Balotelli a lot as his hold-up player, which is one of the most dangerous. But that slip-through ball, which he could do a lot more, will get him a few more goals.
And here's Vidal on the ball at the top of the box. He's going to have another shot with Vidal, and the keeper saves it. And that's another shot that I personally wouldn't have taken that. Finch decided to go for it, and the keeper parries it out for a corner, and he's got big, strong players in the box, and the ball comes in there. Ibarbo at the far post misses a header. It falls to Balotelli with the overhead kick. Why always me? Vidal here, though, can break away with it. Drogba has the ball. Vidal's making the run, but he just doesn't have the pace. He's never going to have the pace for the over-top chip through ball. But Drogba does have the strength to manhandle any kind of defensive tackle. Apart from Caceres does step inside there and just steals the ball off his toes, and now Finch can break again, and Ibarbo showing his strength there, chips the ball over the top to Lucas on the right hand side, but the rain is going to cause that one to just roll nicely out of play. And how much does the rain affect the play in these games?
Quite a lot. I'm one of the players who prefers not to have a rain stadium and never play in one, because it forces a lot more errors than you used to. Like, the ball will disappear. When the ball bounces off a defender, it'll set you up for... There we are.
There's a lovely goal there, and that's exactly what we were talking about with Finch and his chip through balls. He's very, very precise with them. He doesn't tend to do them unless he knows the player's going to get the ball on the other end, and Freddie Guarín did exactly that. And after a tentative start from Finch, he's starting to take control of this game and dominate just before the half-time. Yeah,
Beach is going to have to go out and push now, and he hasn't really had much chance since Finch has got his engine running.
He has not indeed, and that is the half-time whistle, guys. So we find ourselves 2-1 to Ajax, down trees with Finch. Balotelli and Guarín scoring the goals there for Finch, and the first goal, I can't even remember who scored the first goal for Beach.
No, I can't either, actually.
I think it was Robben, maybe, was it?
Yeah, it was actually Robben.
It was a Robben on the right-hand side there. But 2-1 to Finch. Let's take a look at these match stats. Beach dominating possession. A bit surprised with that. 54% to Finch's 46%. But the shots were all in Finch's favour. 7-4 on target. 5-5 for Beach there. And I tell you, the one shot that surprised me from Finch was that one with Vidal that ended up going out for a corner. And from that corner, he didn't actually create a chance. Well, he didn't score a goal, but he did create a chance with Ibarbo at the far post, and it's just putting the good pressure on. It's something that I wouldn't have done myself, and I think, look, all those strikers on the bench there.
He's not lining up to changing midfielders, is he?
No, he's not indeed. But for Beach, he needs to put pressure on Finch in the midfield to stop those long-range shots coming in, because if he keeps letting them come in, Finch is going to keep either getting through or getting corners or rebounds and chances, and he'll probably put a few more past Beach. But if Beach can just push up a little bit, I would personally at this stage play attacking, try and and push up, a bit of high pressure on the midfield, try and steal that ball in the midfield so I could break away. But what are your thoughts on how Beach can get back into this game?
He needs to start using the wings, because the way Finch is lined up, I'm sure he's using 3 at the back, isn't he? He's got Amrabat, who's quite a nippy little player with the skills. He's got Drogba in the middle. As soon as he starts using that, he'll get a few more, well, hopefully a few more goals and maybe a few more chances.
And straight away, as you're talking about it, he does go down the left with Amrabat and he crosses it in. Drogba is there with the header. He's unable to score, but at least it's a chance. You know, maybe the next one goes in. And Beach, just like he did in the first half, is having a positive start to the second half. He's unable to connect that ball though. Amrabat just straying offside as the ball's played through. Is a good option there, good chance to play the ball through a little bit earlier, but he didn't take it. And Finch will be relieved that this game doesn't get tied up to 2-2, because if Finch can go on and stretch this game to 3-1, maybe he can push on and score a 4th and a 5th. And Finch is the kind of guy that doesn't care who you are, what the score is, or anything. He will go and put 2, 3, 4, 10, 20 goals past you if he can. He won't stop.
No, he's a ruthless little sod, and you can tell that with the celebration that he's been doing for the past 2 goals, telling people to calm down.
And Beach there saves the cross, no problem at all, and can break through here with Diouf. Diouf is a strange player. He's someone that was really effective for me in FIFA 13, but someone that I don't really see much or have used much in FIFA 14. The price of the players at the moment is so cheap that you can kind of get any player that you want. And Balotelli showing some godlike strength there in defence, in the attack, with the defenders needing 2 of them to take the ball off of him. Beach can finally break away with Robin down the right hand side, but he just doesn't know what to do. Like, Finch has got defenders there covering very well. Finch, for the want of being a solid defender, he actually manually defends. He doesn't use second man press, he doesn't use contain, he manually defends, and that makes it not only easy, it kind of is a catch-22, because if he defends badly, you can just walk straight past him, no problems. But if he defends well and kind of predicts your movements, you've got absolutely no chance of going anywhere. But straight away, we have got a chance through here with Diouf, as he has missed the defence there. That's a bully of a tackle. He pushes the striker off the ball, but the ref decides that there's no free kick there.
No, I thought it should have been a free kick, but you know how refereeing decisions go on this game.
They are very strange from time to time, and there is an offside call there for Finch in the 62nd minute. Thiago Silva here is going to be able to clear the ball for Beach. He clears it all the way down to Drogba. Drogba chests the ball well. Strong play there from him, but he's unable to pick up the loose ball. And Finch here is starting to get into the game again a little bit more. But this second half has been a bit dead. I think both players are a bit scared of... I think Beach doesn't want to go too attacking in case he concedes another goal. Finch doesn't want to go... any more attacking in case he concedes the goal. So we're kind of having a game of a bit of midfield play and the odd chip through ball here or there.
Yeah, well, both of them will want to win on the belt, especially as they've been tipped to be 2 of the best players in the tournament. So Beach will be struggling, but he needs to get back in it fast. It's just a shame that Drogba isn't really doing much for him. I thought he would do a lot more.
He's not.
He just needs to start whipping it into him and causing a bit more
trouble. He's going to have a chance here, though. He's every time he does go down that left with Amrabat, he does create chances. He does create issues, and Drogba's always there. But Finch here is breaking away, and this is where Finch is most dangerous, where he's got men over on you. He's got the finesse opportunity, but he shoots with Ibarbo, and it goes just wide of the goal. And I actually thought that was in. And just note to Beach and Finch for future games: if you could not use the black ball, that would be fantastic. Here we go though with Pogba winning the header, Guarín stepping inside. Ibarbo there plays it to Balotelli, and he goes back through for the chip through ball. You can see it coming a mile off, and the defence is terrible, and that's a foul surely, and that is a foul. And is that a free kick or a penalty? For me, that looked inside the box. I think the ref's given it just outside the box, and
that looks in.
That was inside the box for sure there. But Finch has got a chance here with the free kick. Freddie Guarín, he powers it up almost to the max, drills it, and it goes straight in the back of the net, and that is a beautiful strike from Guarín.
Yeah, he would have probably had an easier chance as a penalty, but that was a brilliant free kick.
That was a stunning free kick, and you don't see many free kicks in FIFA 14, so it's something that we can cherish. A great strike there, straight down the keeper's throat, but he just can't do anything. He flaps his wings at that, but it goes straight in between his arms, and that's 3-1, and that's pretty much the game now for Finch. I don't think he's going to concede 2 goals from here.
No, Beach hasn't really done anything since his first goal. Finch has felt him out, made him, well, offer him a false sense of security that he's going to go on and win, and then Finch has just turned around and slapped it back in his face and put 3 goals past him.
That's exactly what he has done. And Beach, he's got a small chance here. If he keeps coming down this left-hand side with Amrabat, he's going to create some chances, and he's got a corner here. If he can score from this corner, it'll make for an interesting last 15 minutes. But you see, he's got the 4 men in the box there, but that's a poor corner. Although the attacker does does get above the defender. It's never going to generate the power though to score from that, and Finch can break from this corner, and corners are dangerous for you defensively if you don't win the ball or win the header, because the way the team lines up, it's very easy to break free of them, and Beach is just finding it difficult right now to create any chances, and Finch is loving this. Finch is having the time of his life, creating enough chances to see out the game, and he's got a lucky break there. He can play it down the right hand side to Vidal, and he's got another pass on the right hand side there which he doesn't choose, and he ends up losing the ball, but Freddie Guarin picks it back up. Beach intercepts the pass, has got a small chance here. Can he make anything of this? He can't. He plays a terrible through ball through, and El Shaarawy there is easily wrapping this game up for Finch, and Balotelli here picks up the ball. He's got the ball through again to Guarin on the right hand side. He can either cross this or cut inside. He goes for the cross, and Beach defends well, but this game is pretty much over at this stage, Bateson.
Yeah, Beach is rushing his player now, being quite sloppy with it, but that's what he needs to do, get the ball up fast, but it's just a shame he hasn't got the ability of the players to hold on to it and maybe get a few more chances. But Finch has done well to come back from the 1-0 that he conceded. Was it within 3 minutes with Robin?
Yeah, it was 3 minutes, yeah, and he's got a chance here with Drogba, but do you think maybe Beach was a little bit mistaken? He's got another chance here, but he's offside. A little bit mistaken in the way he picked his team, because he hasn't got a necessarily overpowered team. He's got a team that I wouldn't be scared of coming up against in online play, and I probably fancy my chances against Beach, looking at him on this performance. Do you think he needs to change his team for the future games?
Amrabat's a bit weak. What was another goal there?
There is another goal, but it's offside there for Finch.
Yeah, Labid Amrabat, he's got at left wing. He's a bit of a weird choice. You rarely do see that player type used. He's a discard player. And Drogba as well, unless you're going to start whipping the ball in, which Beach hasn't done a lot. You're not going to get any other opportunities through the middle, especially with the way that Finch does defend.
That's right, and if you're going to play a target man like Drogba, you want pacey wingers. You want people like Blakowski, I don't know how to say his name, I know it's wrong, Blaszczykowski, Walcott. On the left hand side you want the likes of Royce or maybe Willian or Schürrle, people with like that insane pace to go down that left hand side. Now Drogba's a difficult one to use because he doesn't really match up with many players because of the fact that he's from the Ivory Coast and from the Turkish league, which doesn't have many players. So ultimately you just wouldn't play him, would you?
I definitely would. Not in a league like this. I would have picked my strongest team, high rated players, and played the way that I do usually.
Here we go though, guys. We're finally seeing this game out. It looks like Finch is going to pick up a nice win here. A very comfortable win for him after a tentative start. Very bad start from Finch, conceding a goal after just 3 minutes. And Beach looks like he's given up there. Amrabat not even chasing that ball down when I felt like he could have got it. And the ref must just have a look at his whistle, his watch here, and blow the whistle. We might as well say goodbye to this game. There's no point playing the final few minutes out. It's not going to change the result. Maybe goal difference would be effective though, and maybe Beach can get a goal back here. And Ykkönen is here. He can chip the keeper. He decides against it. The ball is there for Robben. It's cleared off the line from Finch, and that is a great clearance, and he can break away here, but the referee blows the full-time whistle and Finch picks himself up a 3-1 win.
Yeah, he does. Beach, great first couple of minutes into the game, but as soon as Finch got going, he absolutely ripped into bits with his 1-2 passing, and yeah, game over.
Game over indeed, and Freddie Guarin having a great game for Finch, picking up 2 goals there, and generally he was actually a bit of a boss. Like, Guarin is one of those players that you don't really rate in the game, but he's strong, he's got great abilities both offensively and defensively. Let's take a look at these final match stats here for Finch, if he does indeed show them. 11 shots and 7 on target for Finch, 11 and 10 on target for Beach with 52% possession, but I feel like Beach might have been taking a lot of those shots just to get shots rather than because they were good chances.
Yeah, out of frustration mainly towards the end, and as you can see there, with the more possession that Beach had, the way Finch counter-attacked him worked.
It did indeed work. That is the end of this game, guys, so 3 points there for Finch, no points for Beach. We'll see you at the next game. Into game 4 we go, guys, and we've got Biscuit Face Gaming lining up with a BPL team. He's got a 4-3-1-2 there with Aguero, Suarez and Juan Mata up front, Walker Company, Luis Baines and Hart in defence with Cabaye, Torre and Nasri in midfield. And then lastly in this game we've got Math Denton with his 11 there. Lewandowski, Aubameyang again as a positive pairing for this tournament so far. This is the 3rd person that's used this pairing, and he's got, other than that, a Brazilian team there: Alves, Silva, Fernandinho, Ronaldinho in the team as well, the #1 Welsh FIFA skiller there, putting in a 5-star skiller. Bateson, I don't know much about Biscuit Face Gaming myself, but I know Math is a really strong player when he really tries. How do you see this game going?
Well, my last experience with Biscuit Face was when he took 2.5 million coin wager off me, and he was very strong. Didn't expect it from him, and he's took down the likes of KSI before as well.
He has indeed, and we've got Matt Denton in his pink kit to match his pink laptop, and Biscuit Face Gaming in the black and white kit. Now, it's an interesting couple of teams we've got here. They've both got very, very powerful players, very high-rated players, which is the first time we've seen two guys with super high-rated players this time around. So we're going to see the difference, I think, between this game and the last game where we had Beach with a weak team, in my opinion, and we'll see how this game fares out. And the early stages of this game, we haven't had a goal yet, but there has been an early goal in all the games so far, so I expect this game to not disappoint. But who do you see taking this one? How do you see this one going?
Math's a very counter-attacking style player. He'll nick you, he'll do some skills and probably end up getting a goal from it. But I don't really know much about Biscuit Face this current game. But if he's dangerous last year, he's probably going to be dangerous this time round as well.
Indeed, and we have Ronaldinho on the ball, the #1 Welsh FIFA skiller with Ronaldinho there doing a nice roulette into a scoop turn, plays it down the right hand side, and in typical Math fashion he just passes it straight out of play. Leighton Baines here to throw the ball back in, and we had explosive starts from the other games and really high tempo gameplay for the most part of most of those games, but this game seems a bit slower, a bit more like it's going to be more of a tactical headspace game rather than a tactical FIFA game. And there is BFG losing the ball in the middle of the field, and Diego here with a long shot, and it goes way, way wide. And Diego's a massive favourite of yours, Bateson.
Yeah, well, this team Math's currently using is my team, so it was set out to have a bit of fun with and also have a nice passing in the midfield. So hopefully, if Math gets to grips with it and has a bit of fun with Ronaldinho, he'll also get some goals. But the way that Biscuit's linked up his midfield with Toure and a few other attacking players going to be very dangerous. And
he has a shot there with Aguero, and that danger showing straight away. A nice little bit of passing play through the middle of the field, and I expect to see more play through the middle from BFG and more play from the wings from Math. But Math has got quite a narrow team here, which is surprising considering he is kind of more of a wide man with crosses rather than a central player. He tries another skill move there with Ronaldinho, maybe a bit too cocky to be showboating at 0-0 after 15 minutes. He might want to get a few goals on the board before he starts playing those skill moves, and he's got a chance here. He goes through with Aubameyang. Ronaldinho picking the ball up again, chips it through to Aubameyang, but David Luiz is far too good and far too strong to let that happen. He steps inside, picks up the ball, and a break here from BFG can be had, but a poor pass there from Suarez gets tackled. Suarez picks the ball back up. Aguero plays it through to Juan Mata, someone we don't see many times in FIFA Ultimate Team this year, but the ball is put straight wide out of play. Why do you think it is that we don't see much Juan Mata this year?
I think with the BPL you've got a lot of cheaper options, like you've got likes of Cessignon and stuff. Even in Spanish teams you don't really see him used because you've got likes of Xavi, Iniesta and Fabregas, who he's probably got a bit of an extra price tag than a lot of people are willing to pay.
That's fair enough, and we know that there are a lot of, like you say, cheaper options for cam in this league. And for me, the better Spanish cam of all of them anyway is Santi Cazorla. Of course, the man is a god this year, and I'm not saying that just because I'm an Arsenal fan. He's actually very strong this year with his weak foot and 4-star skill moves. We've had the first 20 minutes of the game, guys, and I think for me, BFG is just about edging this game. He's had a few chances. Math looks a bit weak in defence when BFG gets that passing going in the midfield, but Math's always dangerous on the counter, and with the attack force he's got with Aubameyang and Lewandowski up front, he's going to have a lot of chances. But here we go again with BFG coming down the left hand side. The referee blows for a foul, and the game gets to play on. We've got Leighton Baines here. This is the informed version of Baines, plays it through to David Luiz, and this is dangerous play here, and he's lost the ball. Lewandowski here for Math, plays it to Aubameyang, and there is the cutback, the goal from Aubameyang. And Aubameyang is making a massive name for himself in this tournament, scoring many goals already.
Yeah, you can definitely see his price going up after people watching this. But this is about the third or fourth time I've seen Biscuit slip up in defence, over dribble with it, and just seem to be hanging around with the ball instead of getting rid, and it's cost him. Now Matt can start doing the skills.
Yeah, now he can start doing the skills, but it takes you back to that first game with Fang Banger where she made a few defensive errors and conceded a few goals, and it's the same with Biscuit Face Gaming. You know, like this is as much as this is FIFA and for fun, you still don't want to concede goals, so just punt it clear, not a problem. And quick shout out again to BFG for using a black ball. Really appreciate it when you guys use a black ball. It makes it really easy to see what's happening on the field. But here's Ronaldinho playing a chip through ball through, defended really, really well there, and it's cleared out here. Nasri picks up the ball. Nasri is another player that you don't really see used very much in FIFA Ultimate Team, maybe because of his price tag, or maybe just because people don't rate him as a player in this game perhaps. But Suarez here chips the ball through to Aguero. Aguero is very strong in this game, and another chip through ball there. And I think the problem with Biscuit Face Gaming so far, although he is playing well and passing well in the midfield, Math with a nice few little bit of skills there with Ronaldinho, just absolutely embarrassing BFG there. I think the problem with BFG is that he is very, very one-dimensional with his attack. All he is trying is a 1-2 chip through balls.
Yeah, and if you're trying to get goal against Math, you're going to have to start mixing it up, because he has mixed it up.
There is the mix-up, and there's a nice little 1-2 ball. The ball comes back. Yaya Toure moonwalking into the net with that nice celebration there, and that's a lovely goal. The ball comes across here to Suarez on the right-hand side, chips it in, and Yaya Toure is there, so he ties the game up at 1-1, and finally his 1-2 chip through balls do pay off. But it is going to be easy for Math to defend if he picks up on it every single time.
Yeah, Math will understand what he's doing and stamp it out straight away, because Math's quite good at adapting to the way people mix up. Hence why people, I think you lost against him, didn't you, in the last tournament which we play?
Yeah, he's got Aubameyang here down the right hand side though. Math got a lucky win there with a cross into Sturridge in the 88th minute, and take nothing away from Math though. Math's a really strong player, but here we go with BFG. Nice little skill move there from Aguero, and it falls kindly for Sami and Nasri here, but that's some strong defending from Thiago Silva. And I think the way Math lost that goal actually was again from a defensive area. He tried to be a bit too cocky with Ronaldinho in his own box with skill moves. He lost the ball and eventually conceded a goal from it. And once again, if he just cleared the ball, the danger's gone. He can reset himself as a player, and maybe that goal doesn't come. But here we go with Luis Gustavo, a lovely play, straight out of play there. I think he is expecting Marcelo to make that run down the left-hand side. And how do you think the tactics and teams are going to change from the people in this division? Do you think the guys that are losing games are going to maybe adopt the same teams as the guys that are winning games, or do you think they're going to try and stick with their team and maybe just pick up points through hard graft?
Well, so far we've seen the two teams which have lost have some very weird choices in the team, like the likes of Drogba, and there was also Curtis with Varela. So with that in mind, I reckon they're going to bolster their attacks up and change a few things around before the next game. If they don't, they'll probably end up losing a few more unnecessary goals.
And here's a nice attack there from BFG, but Math does very well defensively. He's got Dani Alves running down the right hand side here, already at half time in this game. This has been a very, very quick half of football, and Aubameyang steps inside, plays it through to Ronaldinho. I would have gone for a scoop, turn and shot there. He plays it to Diego, who chips it back into Ronaldinho. That's a foul perhaps, ref.
No, offside.
Instead it's an offside. That could well have been a penalty, and that was a very good call from the linesman there. But when you get the ball into your feet like Math did there, with the ball into his feet of Ronaldinho, with your back to goal and the defender pressing you, where do you go with that?
I would have done a scoop turn, and I'm surprised Math never either, especially knowing, well, in the first couple of instances of asking about Ronaldinho, he didn't know how many skill moves he had, which is a bit of a daft question, but he knows now anyway, as you can tell with the gameplay.
A nice chance there from Math with Ronaldinho, leaves him with the corner in the 45th minute. He's got the man on the front of the box there with no one marking him. It is a poor corner though. Joe Hart flaps, Leighton Baines is able to clear, and I think BFG escaped that one there. Math had an overload in the box there, and that is the half-time whistle. Kabay running down the right-hand side. A very even game in the first half. Both guys very tentative in midfield, very uneasy with the ball. Nobody wants to just control the possession, and they both made defensive errors resulting in the goals. Aubameyang scoring for Math, and it was who was it that scored for BFG?
I think it was Yaya Toure.
It was indeed Yaya Toure, and both of them scoring from kind of chip cutbacks there, with the keepers way out of position, and 1-1 at the half. I'm going to see, I see this game probably finishing as a draw, but you look at the possession there, and Math's in control of possession, but BFG's passing is strong. They both had 3 shots, 2 on target for Math, 1 on target for BFG. This is probably the closest game so far. I think this could go either way. A draw would probably be a fair result, but it reminds me a lot of how the Zweibek against Fangbanger game went. Like, neither team, neither person was able to actually settle down into a pattern and dominate either game.
Yeah, with Math's pacey defence and Biscuit's pacey defence, it's going to be a very low-scoring game.
We have got 2 goals already though, and we're going to start off the second half within the next 3 seconds, guys. No substitutions made from what I saw there. And do you think substitutions again is like, maybe we're thinking a bit too tactically here, but on the 60 or 70 minute mark, when people like Thiago Silva might have had a little less stamina than they normally would, is that when maybe you'd bring on a really like a really pacey striker, or a really tall striker with good pace, good power? Yeah, it depends on how the game's going. Like, currently the game for either of them could, well, neither of them know which way it's going to go, especially with the way that their tactics they're lined up. Here is Aguero down the left-hand side though, plays in Juan Mata. He's got a man in the box, which is Suarez. The cross is not good enough though, and Julio Cesar is easy there to pick the ball up. And whilst Math does have a mainly Brazilian team, the biggest problem with Brazilian teams for me is the fact that they don't have a dominant goalkeeper this year. But Math is through here on goal with Luis Gustavo. He takes a shot, would have been better crossing it. Joe Hart parries it out for a corner. And speaking of bad goalkeepers, Joe Hart is one of the worst goalkeepers I've ever used in FIFA Ultimate Team. Math on the defensive stance there with just 2 men in the box from the corner, but Joe Hart parries that again. Math's going to pick the ball back up here with Lewandowski. He turns inside. He tries to push it past the defender, but loses out there. And Biscuit Face Gaming can break away here with Suarez, but gives it away for Lewandowski. Aubameyang is there. He picks up the ball. He bullies the defender. That is a beautiful finish. And Aubameyang's strength again pays dividends for Math Denton. Scores a lovely goal, tucks it under the keeper into the bottom right hand corner. 2-1.
Yeah, and another defensive error from Biscuit as well. He decided to do a 1-2. I think he pulled out Company or maybe David Luiz, one of the two, and let a run through to slip in Aubameyang, and it's cost him dearly.
It has cost him, but Aubameyang's strength, Aubameyang in general is frightening, isn't he?
He has been. Watching these last couple of games, he performs better than the ones I've got.
He does indeed. Look, he scored a lot of goals for me when I played with him pre-patch. Like I said in a previous game, his heading and his strength is deceiving. It's deceitful. You know, people don't think he's going to be good and powerful because he's fast, but he is very, very powerful, and he's got great heading abilities. And Math now being 2-1 up will start to settle down a bit, I think, now control the game a bit more and maybe play his game a bit more and throw in a few skill moves. Lewandowski here on the left hand side got a bit of space. He cuts inside and cuts back outside. Lewandowski with the cross there doesn't get very far, and BFG can clear that no problem at all. It goes all the way through to Suarez, who plays it back through to Aguero, and that was a beautiful little 1-2. Math pump fakes the keeper. He brings him out again, and that worked very, very well there.
Very good. It's he's still gone and scored though. But
he has still gone and scored.
Bit of defending.
Yaya Toure with the goal, so that's 2 goals for Yaya Toure, 2 goals for Aubameyang. Some phenomenal defending from Math there, but once Aguero passed his back, Math using the double press there was the issue. He took 2 defenders onto Aguero there, leaving the gap for Yaya Toure to run into. He did run into it, and it wasn't the strongest of finishes, and it was on Yaya Toure's weak foot, but BFG will be delighted to get back into that game. And here is a chance straight away. Marcelo in the box with the ball. He steals it again. He turns the defender. He's got a chance to cross it, which he does. The header is there. That's a great save from Joe Hart. Parries it wide.
Yeah, what Math needs is he needs Lewandowski in the position of Aubameyang, really. If that was Lewandowski with that header, I reckon that would have been 3-2.
But he does have a corner, and again he's playing defensive, maybe even ultra defensive with just the 2 men in the box. He whips the ball in with Ronaldinho. There's no one there to do anything with it, and now the break is on for Juan Mata here with BFG. He chips the ball long and high to Suarez, and Suarez is going to bully the defender out of that. He does get the ball. The keeper makes a great save. And going back to what I was saying about the Brazilian goalkeepers, there's just no one that I like in the Brazilian net.
There's only one keeper who I've stood by throughout FIFA 13 and FIFA 14, and that's Julio Cesar. Even though he's gone down to the championship with QPR, he's very solid. His reflexes and some of the double saves he pulls off are ridiculous. Hence the reason I put him in this team.
Indeed, indeed. But we have got Aguero here, chips it through to Suarez. Suarez, again, is one of those players you just don't see too much in teams. His price is quite high, and I think the fact that his price is that high with that little pace for Suarez, I think that's maybe the reason why we don't see him much. But maybe that was cause for a penalty there. The referee was given the free kick the other way, but the ball is played through to Lewandowski. Lewandowski here has got a chance. He has a shot with his left foot at the near post, and Joe Hart parries it out again. And this is one of the issues I had with Joe Hart, is that he doesn't catch anything. He parries everything. Math Denton, though, the amount of chances he's having from corners, he needs to either set up a custom corner technique so he can throw more men in the box, or just play on balanced or attacking to get more men in there, because at the moment he's getting bullied with the defence, and he does have a chance there as I say that, but the keeper again saves the ball.
Yeah, if he's wanting to get more goals and be more scary, as you put it, from the corner situation, he needs to get more bodies in there.
Especially considering he's got people like Lewandowski and Aubameyang, who are both great headers. Like he needs to be having 3 or 4 guys in there to push those defenders around, rather than just 2 guys, 2 attackers, 6 defenders. It's never going to go any other way really than a defensive clearance and maybe a break. But he has got the ball down the right hand side here. Diego plays a poor ball out wide to Aubameyang, and BFG gets the throw in his own defensive third. And this game could still go either way. We're in the last 15 minutes of the game now. Still a few defensive errors from BFG, and his passing hasn't been too crystal this game. It's been a bit here, there and everywhere, and Diego there chips the ball through. It does fall to Aubameyang, but I think the referee gives that for offside there. But do you see one of these guys picking a winner?
I think both of them will be happy with a draw. I'd be happy with a draw for either of them as well. And if there is going to be another goal in it, I reckon it'll be somewhat sloppy, because the ball seems to be bouncing around a lot when either of them are attacking.
It does indeed. We have Ronaldinho on the right hand side here. Does a scoop turn inside, almost loses the ball, but the god that he is, he picks it straight back up. Diego here has the ball, he plays that through, and if Lewandowski was a little bit more alert there, he might have actually got through on that. But here's a break here for BFG. Suarez picks up the ball, he's got options right, and he's still got options right. Kyle Walker, who we haven't really seen much in the game this time around, I use Walker a lot when I play with him, chips it through. Suarez is offside, that was a nice crossover, but I do feel like BFG has not even come close to abusing the pace of Walker on that right hand side.
No, definitely not. Even when defending, he's just being isolated down on the right hand side. He's not done much at all. When I come up against Walker, you see him everywhere.
Yeah, I'm the same. He's very, very dominant, and he allows the midfielders to kind of push in a bit more and create more chances that way as well. There was Walker though with a nice defensive tackle, and he plays a 1-2 here with Cabaye. Suarez going forwards for the run. He does try the chip through ball with Cabaye, but Math is way too smart to allow that to happen, and that's exactly what we're talking about. Like, Math has zoned out the 1-2s really well. He puts double pressure on the player with the ball to not allow the ball to return to the player, and as you see there, he just drops the defender back into the little gap where the ball's going to drop and stops the ball from going through. Lewandowski here on the left hand side though has the ball. Kyle Walker intercepts very nicely just after we were talking about Kyle Walker negatively. He makes a good tackle there. Cabaye has the ball down the right hand side, and I think one of the issues for me with the two formations that we've got here is that Ronaldinho and Cabaye, who are like the wide central midfielders, don't have the pace to play this game.
No, that's definitely true. Is it like even with Math's attack as well? He's got Gustavo out on the left hand side, Ronaldinho out on the right. It's going to be a midfield battle, and that's exactly what this game has been.
It has indeed, but we're coming towards the closing stages of the game there. Math almost had an opportunity, almost carved himself a chance. Nasri here for BFG plays it through to Juan Mata. Again, quite a slow midfield with Nasri, Mata and Cabaye, but Nasri does pick it up again on the left-hand side. Very well defended from Math. Ronaldinho there just punts it clear, and that's exactly what should be happening when you have the ball in that position, although it comes straight back, and here is Suarez, chips it through. Juan Mata with the opportunity. He drills it in, and there is a 90th minute goal for Juan Mata, and what a strike that was. I would have personally gone for the chip over the goalkeeper, but BFG decides to smash it as hard as he can, and it rockets into the back of the net.
And that's it, that's game. Too little too late for Math now. He's not getting back into this unless he decides to pull a KSI, but I very much doubt he will.
Number one Welsh FIFA skiller goes down. He's tried for the KFSI though. It's a bit of a fail there. Very good defending from David Luiz. Juan Mata plays it into Aguero, to Suarez. He could get a fourth here. The ball gets chipped through to Aguero. The keeper comes out, and Math does well with the goalkeeper there. Julio Cesar punts it clear, and that's going to fall straight to Math. Oh no, it didn't at all. Unfortunately, I thought he was going to manage to nick that in front of the left back there, and he chips it through again. Defended very well. Joe Hart clearing it, and this is a bit of a mess this last 10 minutes, isn't it? They're both so nervous, and eventually BFG gets the final whistle. He comes away with a 3-2 win. Very interesting game, that one. Very, very hard fought midfield battle.
Yeah, and just as we said, no one really uses Juan Mata, and look what he's done. He's scored a 90th minute winner.
He has indeed. Yaya Toure there with 2 goals. Aubameyang with 2 goals. A goal for Juan Mata, and I think Math will be a little bit disappointed that he lost the game there. A very, very big game for BFG. Gets 3 points on the board. At this stage with the current games, that actually puts him 3rd in the table after a 6-1 win for Lasty and a 3-1 win for Finch. So that will put him there in the table. Hopefully we can have a look at the match stats. Hopefully we don't have to watch these highlights for too long. Yaya Toure there, really dominant in midfield. It's not really someone that you see score too many goals. But how do you think he performed today?
Oh, he played really well. As a defensive-minded player, he's always in the attack, and when he does get involved, he's got some beastly shot on him as well. And with the 2 goals there, that showed how well he is. It
did indeed, and I think one of my favourite things for Yaya Toure, again, aside with his defensive qualities, his strength and power when in the box for corners, both offensively and defensively, are just really, really good.
Yeah, it's like having another centre-back in there.
Yeah, it is indeed. So there is the game, guys. Suarez picking up man of the match with an 8.6, Aguero with a 7.7, Juan Mata with only a 7.4, even though he scored the goal there, and Yaya Toure. And look at that midfield; it is slow. That team in general, apart from Sergio Aguero, there is pretty slow. But the game was still won, so it does prove that pace isn't necessarily everything. Math with Aubameyang up front there was unable to get the goals required to win the game. He did manage to pick up 2 goals. Let's take a look at these match stats. However, we got BFG with 6 shots and 4 on target. Math with 8 and 7 on target and more possession, but coming out a 3-2 loss.
Yeah, that's very surprising. I didn't think the stats would go that way either. I knew Math would have him on possession, but yeah, it's surprising. But Biscuit pulled off a brilliant result against Math, knowing how good that Math actually is.
He did indeed, and with just 6 shots and 4 on target, scoring 3 goals is very good. So congratulations to Biscuit on his first win in the tournament. Let's get into the final game of the day. So guys, we get into the final game for this episode, and both these guys will be looking to start out with a 3-point win. We've got Capgun Tom against Lucas, the pink slip player, bit of a rage man like myself, gets very mad at this game. We've got EA are a joke. I think that is Capgun's Tom team, isn't it, in the blue kit? And we have Lucas in the Aston Filler, is that his team name? He is in the yellow kit, and we've got again a couple of teams. They didn't show the teams at the start of the game. Bit annoyed about that, because we need to see the teams like you do, because this is live for us. You know, we haven't seen these games before. We don't know what goes on. We've got Jefferson Farfan here down the right hand side early on. Capgun Tom is a strong player, Bateson. I don't really know much about Lucas, but his record says and suggests that he's a pretty decent player. How do you think this game's going to go?
Well, I played Tom and I played Lucas, and Lucas is a very dangerous player. If you do look at his pink slips, he does win more than he loses, and the rage comes from just the bullshit which happens to him in the game, and Tom can create that bullshit, really.
Yeah, Tom is a very strong player. Actually, when I played against Tom in the Hub League, I picked up a very, very undeserved victory against him with a shocking goal from Robin from an acute angle. But Tom's really strong. He's very tricky the way he uses the drag back and such. And we've got Aubameyang through here on goal straight away. And there's the shot. And there's Aubameyang again causing issues. This guy has been the absolute mainstay of the whole tournament so far. Aston Filler there with a goal for Lucas with Aubameyang over 10 minutes. But what I was saying about Tom before, he does this like drag back thing and he stands still on the ball and lets you just run past him, and he's very cheeky. But so far Lucas is doing a great job, and he's got another goal. Aubameyang hits the post, and once again Aubameyang is causing havoc.
You're gonna have to do a player spotlight on him, Nev. He's ridiculous.
He is very, very strong. Like I say, he's one of those players just massively, massively underestimated. People think he's just pace and nothing else, but he has got that strength and he has got that heading ability. He does only have a 3-star weak foot and 3-star skill moves, but you don't need skills with a player when he's that good.
No, definitely not. He's got the he's very disguised, his player. It's an 80 rated card. Not many people look at it, but he's the perfect partner for Lewandowski. Small, fast, and can finish when needed. Like a poacher type player as well.
He's exactly like a poacher type. And speaking of Lewandowski, we've seen him in every game so far. Of course, Lucas has him up front with Aubameyang, but also Tom has Lewandowski up front with Di Natale this game. So a bit of a strange pairing there. Di Natale is one of those players that also has a lot of pace, but he's not really... You don't really think of Di Natale and think he's fast. You think of Di Natale and think 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, a deadly shot, good in the air. He's not really known for his pace.
No, and Tom's also sitting at the cam position with informed Totti as well, who's got no pace at all. Well, that probably represent when Tom stops and passes around with his style of passing, but I can't really see him getting much on the attack.
He has got a chance here though. The game is opening up. De Rossi there tries to sidestep the defender, is unable to do it, but the ball breaks kindly for him. De Rossi again being bullied around by Luis Gustavo there. Balzaretti plays the ball out to Quadrado there on the left hand side. A nice scoop turn there from Quadrado, whips it in. The header is there, the chance is there, and that is very close from Tom. And I think that's what's going to happen for Tom this game. It looks like he's going to have to really carve out chances, because Lucas at the moment is controlling the possession in the play, and Tom's only had a couple of shots, and one of those shots was from long range out of frustration, and I can't see Tom getting back into this game so far, if I'm honest. Lucas is playing very well.
Yeah, if Tom wants to succeed, he's going to have to start pushing the wings a lot more, because he's got the likes of Quadrado, who's Quadrado is quite fast.
Doesn't matter who it is, because it's 2-0 now. Aubameyang with another goal, and once again we talked about his pace, we've talked about his heading, we've talked about his strength, but his shooting is also immense. Before patch, when finesse shots were unbelievable, I was scoring from 45-50 yards with him 8 out of 10 times. It was ridiculous. But that drilled shot there across the goalkeeper makes it 2-0. Tom will be fuming right now.
Oh, I can imagine how he's feeling, especially with Aubameyang getting 2 against him. He won't know the other goal scorers from the rest of the day either, and he probably will have been man-marking Aubameyang if he had known how good he's been in the previous games.
He would have been. And what's funny is, like, when we were talking to Tom previously, when he was just playing for his own YouTube series, I think he had a stretch of like 8 or 10 games where he came up against Aubameyang, and every single time he dominated him. I don't think he understands how to deal with him.
Yeah, not many people do, and by the time you get used to playing against him, he's put 2 or 3 against you, which is exactly what he's done against Tom.
That is exactly what he's done against here. And Ogbonna has the ball on the right-hand side for Tom. Tom loses out possession to Gustavo. Lewandowski there with a cheeky little fake shot on the edge of the box. Holds the ball really well, Lewandowski, and his strength is a massive factor in his game. That's why his heading is so strong and his finishing is so good. Tom does have a bit of a chance here. Di Natale has the ball. Lucas is defending really well. He's got 4 men back at all times. I guess he's playing on defensive. It doesn't look like ultra defensive for me. Just looks like defensive, but he's playing well and he's got a really strong team. I love like the people he's got in midfield, like Luis Gustavo. They're always strong defensively.
Yeah, a lot of people line up with the Bundesliga teams. They're so position disciplined as well. You won't find them out of place when you're getting counter-attacked. And also Lucas is doing good in pushing Tom away from his original game. He's forcing Tom to the wings where probably Tom doesn't operate.
That's very true, and here is Lucas with another chance with the free kick, playing it around. Always with those free kicks, I would always punt them into the box, because the keeper comes out, he flaps, he misses things, you have a chance. When you pass it short, like Lucas just did, you leave yourself open for a counter-attack like this. Maybe you accidentally pass it straight to Tom, and he breaks and scores, and right now Lucas finds himself under a little bit of pressure just because he didn't punt that into the box. Is that a tactic you also use, Bateson?
Yeah, I do the short pass tactic, but as long as you get the triangle pass done, you can spread it to the wings and create an opportunity. Because every time I seem to whip the ball in, I always get the ball sent back up the field. But when defending against it, a lot of people, when they do whip it in, get a goal, but I just can't seem to do it.
It's one of the things in the previous FIFAs that always resulted, or a lot of the time resulted in you actually getting an overhead kick from that ball into the box there. But FIFA 14, it doesn't seem to be the same. Tom's finally finding a little bit of a way back into this game. Just as I say that, he loses the ball in midfield and plays a deadly tackle, and Aubameyang runs away with the ball. Tom there, I just saw him bring the keeper off the line a little bit, and Lewandowski is there for a 3rd goal. And off the back of that, like, that's a great goal, a lovely finish, but Tom losing possession in midfield again, stupid from him.
Yeah, and a rash tackle as well. That shows his frustration. He'll be even more frustrated now, especially being 3 goals down. He's getting thumped.
He is getting thumped, and one thing, like I said, I did notice, Tom pumped the keeper out there as Aubameyang had the ball. When I always see that, I now know that he's going to expect me to do the chip through ball. So instead of me doing the chip through ball, I'm going to take a finesse shot, because there's a higher chance of it going in with the keeper just a few yards off his line. I don't know if Lucas has seen that himself, but it doesn't even matter at this stage. He's 3-0 up, he's dominating the game. Just as I felt Tom was actually finding his way back into the game, he's having a bit more possession and a few opportunities. He ends up giving the ball away stupidly in midfield, concedes a 3rd goal, and that's pretty much good night for Tom.
Yeah, unless he gets an early goal at the start of the second half, I can't see anything happening with Tom. He hasn't done anything really. As you can see there, 2 shots, 1 on target from Tom, and 3 on target from Lucas, and 3 goals.
3 goals indeed, and clinical finishing here. That's the difference between having someone like Lewandowski as a striker and someone like Drogba as a striker in one of the previous games we saw. You want to have strikers that are going to finish it every time. There's no jokes here, you know. There's no point messing around trying to be fancy. You want to win the league. There's a lot of stake here in terms of reputation for these guys. Some of them are smaller guys in the community. Some of them are not known for their gameplay. If they try and make funny squads to do good with and look good, they might end up causing themselves a bit of a, like, you know, looking like a laughing stock within the FIFA community. That could be a penalty there for Tom. I think even Lucas expected that to be a penalty because he stopped playing there, and Tom will be absolutely livid with the way that first half has gone.
Yeah, I would have been exactly the same. 3-0 is a very difficult position to come back from, especially when Tom hasn't carved out many chances. And Lucas is having fun. Aubameyang's having fun, and Lewandowski's having fun.
Just to the amount of crap that Tom gets, so that was 100% a penalty at the end of the game there, at the end of the half. I'd be absolutely mental if that was on me. That could have been the change, you know. He gets a goal back before half time, goes into the second half feeling positive, feeling confident, but you got Lucas there with 4 shots, 3 on target, and scoring 3 goals, and all of them from very much the edge of the box, and Tom with his 2 shots, 1 on target, and no goals at this stage. He is having a bit more possession, but he's gonna have to start making clear-cut chances. He does bring on Ibrahimovic for Totti in that cam position. I wonder if he actually swaps Ibrahimovic out to a striker as well, because I think he does much better as a striker than as a cam.
Yeah, with his work rates of Ibra as well, unless Tom gets the ball up there a lot, Ibra's going to drift back into the midfield. But there's Lucas starting off with the chip through ball of the half.
And a bit of a defensive error again there. Balzaretti getting away with that. He's given the ball away again with Ibrahimovic there, trying to scoop turn. He's trying skills and to look flashy. It's 3-0 down. Not really the time to do it. He does play a good ball through there, but neither of the players lock onto that pass, and Farfan steps in, no problem at all. However, the ball is passed away to Balzaretti. It goes inside in the midfield to De Rossi. De Rossi spreads it wide, and there's another pass on right there if he has it. And Piszczek plays in Kuba. Kuba's got a chance to cross it, and that's exactly what he does to the far post. It's headed out really well, and that could be a penalty there as well. Farfan with a bad tackle, but he gets away with it. So I guess that's 1 each on the penalty front there, and Goetze can come away with the ball, and that's some nice play here down the right hand side from Lucas. He chips it through to Aubameyang. Aubameyang gets time to take the ball down, and that again could be another penalty there. A very rash challenge there. The player goes down in the box, and here comes Tom again with Ibrahimovic. He goes down the left hand side this time around. He does a nice skill move there with Ibra. I think he was going for a long shot there, but he was unable to pull it off, and the ball falls back to him in the midfield. Tom is having a little bit more fun in this game than he did in the first half, but there's no way back for him, is there?
No, not a chance. He needed a goal within the first couple of minutes, and that hasn't happened now. And Lucas is absolutely solid in defence, as you can tell with the players he's chosen. They're sticking to the position, and Aubameyang and Lewandowski are just having fun up front.
They are indeed, and he's away down the left hand side with Alaba, and Tom doesn't know how to defend that. Basically, he's chipped it through as well, and Lewandowski showing his strength, forcing De Rossi to pass it back to the keeper. That's a great ball through to Ibrahimovic though. He does the fake shot. He's got Lewandowski through. I would have played that along the floor, but he chips it again through to Di Natale. He takes a shot, and the keeper saves well.
That's a shame. That type of chance should have been a goal by Tom. He had a lot more time with Di Natale, and with Di Natale's first time shot, it's not as good as it will have been with a bit more time.
And the fact he's got a 4-star weak foot as well, he could have easily just run that in on his weak foot and had a shot there as well. But the corner comes in, Farfan breaks away. He's got the chip through ball over the top. He does see it as well, and that goes all the way through to Lewandowski. He's got Royce running off him in the inside. If he can cut inside and maybe put a cross in, he does the double ball roll. Absolutely sells Tom in defence. Lewandowski there with the shot. That's a great tackle for a change this time. Instead of a penalty decision, that was a beautiful tackle, and now it's Lewandowski down the other side coming away. Di Natale plays it in. We've got Kuba on the right hand side. Some nice work there to open up the space for Piszczek. Piszczek has got 2 men in the box. He needs to put an early cross in. He's let the defence get back, and that should be a head clear, and that's exactly what that is. And almost a defensive error there, but Lucas comes away with it.
Yeah. Tom's actually holding onto the ball and thinking about what he's doing now, and it's just a shame Tom can't deal with Lucas's over the top through balls, which seems to be getting picked up by every single player.
They do indeed, and that is a stunning clearance from the goalkeeper. Drops to Aubameyang's feet. He steps inside Tom's defence. He's got a man on the top of the box there. Gustavo with the weak foot shot. It's going to fall to Royce there, who's unable to score. Falls back to Gustavo. The keeper makes an error, but eventually Marchetti lays on top of the ball and stops that from going in. Di Natale here.
If that was going to be the 4th goal, that would have been Tom throwing his controller around the room and probably setting fire to his router.
Most probably. But we've got Lucas again here with Luis Gustavo. That's a beautiful ball. I didn't even see that ball myself. That's a lovely stop and turn with Goetze, and that is a stunning goal. that is a lovely goal.
That was brilliant.
I was looking at the ball out to the left wing there. He decided to kind of do a reverse through ball there into Goetze. The stop and turn completely confuddled Tom there, and a great finish into the back of the net, and that's 4-0, and that's Lucas staking his claim in this league. And there's been a few shockers this first match day, hasn't there?
Yeah, there's been some awesome goals as well, and Lucas has got a few nice ones, with one with Goetze, and also the one where Aubameyang hit it first time. It's been a nice highlight show to commentate over.
It has indeed, and Quadrado here for Tom, plays it through to Balzaretti, into Di Natale, who plays it to Ibrahimovic. He does the scoop turn, but isn't really making much space. He plays it all the way through, the header back to the goalkeeper. Adler does nothing but save that every day of the week, and Aubameyang here has got another chance for Lucas to break. Goetze loses the ball, but the ball is played through to Lewandowski. He's got Royce on the left, he's got Goetze in the middle. He plays the ball all the way out to Royce, but that should be an easy defensive clearance, and that's exactly what it is from Piszczek, and it falls kindly for Lewandowski here, who steps inside, plays it to Di Natale, who looks to be in the cam position at this stage. I think Ibrahimovic is playing as a striker. A nice little Rabona fake there, plays it through to De Rossi. He's got the the chip through ball back to Ibrahimovic. Tom's got a chance here, and that is a great goal.
Yeah, that was nice team build-up and a brilliant finish by Ibra. It's just a shame he never started with him in the first half. He might have maybe got 1 or 2 extra goals.
Or even when you think maybe he went 1-0 down, maybe he would have brought him on then just to try and change the game. But unfortunately he didn't, and even with that 1 goal, it's not really going to change much. I mean, there is the opportunity that he can get maybe another goal or 2, but to score 3 goals from here, I don't think is possible. Lucas has been defending very well. Tom is a very, very good attacker, though. He has got another chance here with Lewandowski, and that could be another call for a penalty there. And he's had 3 or 4 of those shouts that really, really should have been a penalty, but the referee is having none of it.
Yeah, it's you see that a lot with penalty decisions this year. The ones which they do give are sometimes complete aids, but these ones are just been Lucas's defence just outstrengthened his attackers. But Lucas's defence has been absolutely brilliant this game.
He has been defending very well, but Tom's had a much better second half, and if he can take this kind of style of play into the future games, he's definitely going to start picking up some points. But he'll be very disappointed in himself. I think he always fancies himself to win games, and I actually thought he might have a good chance here against Lucas. Not really knowing much about Lucas, maybe it was a bit hash of me to make that decision so quickly, but having played Tom several times, I do know how good Tom is, and it's surprising to see him 4-1 down here.
Yeah, and it'll be very annoying for Tom as well. Day 1, losing 4-1. It's not a great start to the tournament for anyone. Not as bad as Curtis Morton, but at least two can share notes at the end of
at least he's not going to be bottom of the table. But here is Aubameyang running through again. Tom brings the keeper out. He's not going to be able to pick that up, and he fluffs his clearance. Farfan there with the header misses it. Gustavo picks up the loose ball, but Tom intercepts, and Di Natale here can get away with this. Sends it down the left-hand side, but it's coming straight back at him. Aubameyang with a crazy ball over the top there, and I think Lucas just wants this game to be over to walk away with this win now.
Yeah, he just booted that out, hoping for the whistle, but the whistle hasn't come. But Lucas has been very interesting. I still don't know which has been my player of the day. Lucas has been very strong, but you got the players like Finch and also Lasty as well.
Yeah, Lasty had a great game for me so far. I think if this goes in, I'm going to give player of the day to Lucas, but otherwise I think Lasty's going to take it. But he's left him a little bit of space there, or he's just marked that with the player.
Yeah.
But with the wall like this, there's not really a chance to score. I think maybe he can go over the wall into that top left-hand corner. He looks like he might be passing it or maybe drilling it. He's gone for the shot. He's scored the goal with Royce, and that is a beautiful free kick. Yeah, and off the back of that, you've got to give the player of the day to Lucas. Maybe Lasty and Lucas together. A 5-1 win and a 6-1 win. Absolutely dominant in the league.
Yeah, Tom will be spitting feathers here. I can imagine him.
Even with the player on the line, but he has got like the shortest man on the field on the line. He steps aside instead of jumping, and that's a really, really nice free kick. Now, considering how little free kicks are scored in FIFA 14, the fact we've already seen 2 in match day 1, I think this is going to be a good season.
Yeah, I hope all the results stay this open and there's loads of goals scored.
Hopefully, and that is 5-1 the final result. Lewandowski, Götze, Royce and Aubameyang with 2 for Lucas. 1 goal with Ibrahimovic for Capgun Tom. His EA are a joke. The only thing I will say for Tom in that game is I felt like maybe he should have had 2 penalties, maybe even 3 penalties in that game.
Yeah, I think they were very 50-50, but everyone gives the benefit of the doubt to the defenders, don't they now? But I still don't think, even if he had got them penalties, he would have took anything away from this game.
Most probably not. And Aubameyang there finishing with a 9.6, and his reputation throughout today has shot through the roof. Him and Lewandowski as a pairing, as a strike partnership, are just deadly anyway, and maybe Tom will look to employ that in the next game as well, take Aubameyang with him himself. But a 5-1 win there for Lucas. Lucas with just 8 shots and 6 on target, scoring 5 goals. That's great finishing. And Tom with 4 shots and 3 on target with 52% possession. Fair result, would you say?
I would do, yeah. It wasn't too embarrassing for Tom, but 5-1 is still a bad result, but it's shown Lucas how much potential he's got to go on and dominate this league.
Indeed he has. So that is the end of the games, guys. We're going to have a post-show chat, myself and Bateson, just now, so we'll see you there. So guys, looking at the league table, it's been a very, very eventful day. Some massive scores there. Lasty beating Curtis 6-1, Lucas beating Tom 5-1. We also had a lot of goals in all the other games, no less than 4 goals. Fangs and Ryan drawing 2-2, Finch and Beach finishing 3-1 to Finch, and BFG beating Math Denton 3-2. But Lasty taking the lead in the table so far, Bateson. How do you think he's going to feel about that?
Oh, he'll be confident going into the second game for sure. Anyone would be absolutely smashing Curtis. It'll just be interesting to see in the next week's games how the people who lost with Math, Beach, Tom and Curtis go on to change the teams or change the tactics.
That's indeed right, and I think for the guys at our bottom, Math and Tom, for me, were two guys that I definitely didn't expect to lose their first games, and Beach going in as one of the heavy favourites in this tournament because of his the way he does his YouTube series, and he's a streamer, so he plays a lot of FIFA. He's a very accomplished player at the game. He'll be looking to pick up 3 points as quick as possible next week.
Yeah, definitely. And for him to do that, he's going to have to take Drogba and also the left wing out the team as well, and hopefully get a nice strike force. Especially with Curtis as well. He had a very strange strike force, but very solid defence, but then still conceded goals like there was no tomorrow.
He did indeed, and Curtis plays Fangbanger next week, or actually tomorrow, if we can get the video edited in time. It'll be on Sunday. But do you think Fangs will go into that game knowing he lost 6-1 with a lot of confidence, thinking that maybe she can actually get her first win and 3 points on the board?
Well, Jessie should go into the game with confidence anyway, because one, it's the first game of the league. 2, she actually scored some goals, and 3, she took away 1 point, which is a very rare thing for fans to do in anything tournament based on YouTube.
Indeed it is, and hopefully she'll be confident going in there. And we've got Lucas plays Math next week. Lucas coming off the back of a big win, and Math coming off the back of a damaging 90th minute defeat. So he'll be looking for maybe picking up a few points against Lucas. But do you think he's got it in him to beat Lucas?
After the showing which Lucas has given us today, I would say no, but you never know with Math. He could hold him out for the whole 90 minutes, whip the ball over the top to Aubameyang, and as you've seen with all the goals Aubameyang scored today, he's going to put it away.
Indeed he is, and the best game for tomorrow's game, and the game of the day, is going to be Lasty against Finch, arguably the better two players in the league. They play very similar football. It's going to be a really entertaining game to watch, that one.
Yeah, hopefully there'll be a load of goals as well, definitely with Lasty, because we didn't really see much from his defending style, did we? Because Curtis just didn't put up a fight, but we know how good Finch is in defence, as we saw against Beach, so I reckon there'll be a lot of goals in that game for sure.
Good to know. So guys, thank you for tuning in. If you want to check out our Facebooks, YouTubes and Twitter and all the good stuff, every link for everyone will be in the description below. I want to thank you, Bateson, for joining me today. Hopefully you'll come back tomorrow as well. If you want to commentate the games with me tomorrow, that would be awesome. But we are going to have guest commentators throughout this, guys, so if you recommend me any YouTubers that aren't involved that you would love to see commentate with me, leave it in the comment section below. Also want to know your thoughts on who you think is going to win. Tweet at me with hashtag TheSociety. Also tweet at Bateson with hashtag TheSociety who you think is going to win, and I want you to predict the score of the big game for tomorrow, which is Lasty against Finch. I'm going to go for a 2-2. Bateson?
I'm going to go for a 3-1 Finch.
So Bateson thinks Finch is going to edge that one. I don't know. Lasty had a good game though for me. I think that could be a very, very interesting game to watch. But I want your guys' thoughts down below. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to the first episode of The Society. This hopefully will be something massive in the coming months as we can get some better graphics and do a lot more with it in terms of league tables and goal scoring charts and so on and so forth. But Bateson, thanks for coming in.
Thanks so much for having me. I've had so much fun.
It has been a lot of fun, and we will see you guys tomorrow.